Hey, everybody, it's Tuesday, June 17th, 2025. Welcome to the Giant Bombcast, episode 895. I am your host, Jan Ochoa. Joining me, as always, co-captain of the ship. He's got 3 tool belts on because he's ready to go at all times. He's armed with several hammers and a putty knife. Jeff Grubb.
Hi, Jan Ochoa. Thanks for having me on the show.
Fantastic. I'm glad to have you on the show. I'm also glad that he is here on the show. He is the merch master. That's right. We're doing things out of order this week. He's, bless you, the bad boy of games media, Mike Minotti.
Just letting that burrito settle. It's getting there. And yeah, I think I'm okay.
I think I'm okay.
I feel like he's gonna void out. Like I feel like he's gonna explode
like
here. Yeah, to do a Death Stranding. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking about the void, he is the void personified. Jeff Bakalar.
Thank you, Jan. How are you, pal? What's going on?
My tummy hurts a little bit too. I've chewed on several Pepto-Bismols.
Okay, you know that you know that'll turn your tongue black, right?
Yeah, but that's cool.
Why does that happen?
It's because the Bismol is like a mineral that like is black. I think it's that
pink.
simple. Yeah,
Yeah.
The liquid is pink, but Bismol itself, the Pepto is pink and it overpowers the Bismol. All right.
Okay.
I used to
Yeah, it's
really,
bismuth,
really
thank you. Yeah.
enjoy the taste of that concoction.
What?
Yeah,
Yep.
when I was a kid, I used to like take it. I'd be like, hey, on one hand, I got a tummy ache. On the other, I get to drink this thing I kind of
It's
enjoy.
so funny because Mike is not like this is not him building it up at all. That's just his genuine reaction to this information.
That was the most cartoon what I've ever heard. We really need that isolated.
Nobody liked the taste of Pepto-Bismol. We all liked that purple one.
Dimetap.
Dimetap was good.
Dimetap was good.
You know,
Sure.
again, this is
That's
when I was a
basic bitch shit.
I was a kid. I
Let's move
spake
up to
as
the Pepto.
It's like the pizza thing again.
Yes, yeah.
I
Dimetap
can't-
is children.
Let me talk about mustard.
can't own this.
Before we keep going, we have the master of mustard. He is now a connoisseur of all things yellow, Grey Poupon, spicy mustard, honey mustard, and all the variants. Our own spicy brown gal, Dan Riker.
Don't give me too much credit now. Now I'm currently at the spicy
No problem.
brown. I'm at the spicy brown from SGF. I think that's what it was. And then McDonald's mustard and ketchup at the same time. I did 2 at once. You know what I was going to do? I told Bonk, I said, I'm going to have a mustard burger tonight. And she goes, what? And I said, yeah, I'm going to get mustard on it. She's like, what else? Well, meat and cheese. She goes, at least do ketchup. I didn't realize that was such a thing. Like it has to be mustard and ketchup and people
Doesn't
don't
have
do
to
mustard.
be.
Well, I've never had
Yeah,
ketchup
but
on a
it is.
burger. And so I did 2 at once. It was crazy and it was fucking good.
Oh my god.
They're like a tag team, Dan.
But like a peanut butter sandwich is good. I mean, jelly adds something, makes it a little different. But like Bonk was kind of like, oh, just mustard would be weird.
Bonk
know?
needs
Just
to be
mustard.
like in some sort of office of like international political power.
And
Like
you
Yeah.
at
where
home
Her diplomacy
Continue-
skills.
exactly.
support all of this buffoonery and all of these shenanigans and all of this game coverage by joining us and supporting us at giantbomb.com/join. We appreciate and love all of you. Thank you for helping us out there. There are also many means of supporting us. You can go to store.giantbomb.com. Don't buy a mug. Don't buy a pink tote. I don't think we have them right now, but go buy some shirts. You can also head to co-fi.com/giantbomb. Toss us a couple bones. We're getting the frames. We swear.
Yes. As soon as we have a card that we can use to expect stuff.
I swear to God, if the takeaway from everything that just happened is that I'm weird because I only like mustard on my burgers and not ketchup, I'm gonna lose it.
No.
Oh,
No, just mustard's not weird. That's not
Chad
true.
thinks it's weird.
Like
Why are you
ketchup.
seeking validation from other people, Mikey?
well, I'm going to seek validation from the chat here.
Insecurities from my childhood.
Chat says, have I tried honey mustard? Yes. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. When I got my McDonald's order on Friday or Saturday, it was a cheeseburger with mustard and ketchup and nuggets with honey mustard dip. And they were both awesome.
The mustard you had at SGF, I think, was like a mayo mustard sort of concoction there. I
Yeah,
think.
it looked like a sandwich.
It was pretty pale, right?
You just wait.
You
got
just
Italian.
Spider-Man.
Oh shit! Oh shit! That's all I have to do.
Oh my God, you just blew my mind. What the hell?
What
Did
have
I
you
try
had,
that too?
Have you had where do you land on Mayo? As if I care.
So here's the shoot answer to that.
Yeah, let's
No, I
shoot on
just
this a
want-
little bit.
Jan, this is 3.0 answer. You've never heard 3.0 answer
Just
this.
be normal. Just be normal.
I know, that's what
is
3.0 is,
What's
brother.
the answer? What's the answer?
All right. Okay.
Normal. That's what 3.0 is. 3.0's brother is something a normal man would
We've
say.
hit, at 41,
Listen!
we've hit normal. What's up?
Mayonnaise, here's the real answer, okay? It
QP.
weirds me out in a way that, like, if I hear something has mayo or if it's just straight up raw dog mayo, I will bristle and I probably have not had it. But I've been having aioli for years on sandwiches and stuff like that, and I love it. And I've been doing the thing where Chad is like, aioli's just mayonnaise. And I realize they're probably certainly right, but I'm going to act like obstinate and be like, well, that's not possibly true. It's aioli. It's a different thing. Gun to my head, I'm pretty sure no one's lying to me about aioli being mayonnaise, but I can convince myself that I'm not having mayonnaise. So, like, it's easy enough for me to believe I've never had mayonnaise, but realistically, I've probably had it in a million different things, and I'm just telling myself it's not there.
You know, I think Dan 3.0 is also an idiot, but
Well,
no,
I'll tell
but
you what.
also, yeah, go ahead, Mike.
I don't like raw dog mayonnaise. I do like I'll eat a lot of things made with mayonnaise for sure, but I want, like, even if it's just like a squirt of sriracha, I want
Yes.
something in the mayo.
Mike,
Yeah.
I am with you on that because, like, that's like the Popeyes chicken sandwich
Yes,
thing. I've had
that's exactly it.
It's like my favorite fucking thing in fast food, and I know they straight up call it spicy mayo, and I think just putting that spice in it and having it be a little red is
See,
like,
that's
okay,
why-
this is fine.
Mayo's a base in a lot of things like that, a lot of dressings.
May I suggest Kewpie mayo?
Like
I
the
think
Japanese stuff.
that is like a mayo, a Japanese mayo
sounds
that
cute.
it's got a
Three-
little.
3.0 is a big boy. He doesn't need to kid himself. I can just have raw dog mayo next
Yeah,
time.
but
and
I'm just
confirmed
saying,
with it.
Kewpie, you will like. It's got a bit of a tang in it.
Okay.
I don't know if we
tiny
should
little-
call it raw dog mayo.
It's,
I don't like it.
It's nice. I'm just gonna posit that for you in the group to expand your mayo horizons.
I'm
and
open
see what
to
happens.
I've heard ranch has mayonnaise in it, and I love ranch. So, like, I've realized I've been having mayonnaise in a lot of
Yeah,
things.
this is
Yes.
growth. I'm still waiting for 5.0, but here we, look, I'll take what I can
Wait,
get.
just don't hold your horses.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're shooting. Shoot with me for real.
Yes.
Is that the
shooting
third
is.
time you've had ketchup? You said before you've had it like maybe twice.
Sure.
So do you really think that's the third time in your life you've had ketchup?
there's
Real
no
deal
fucking
answer.
way.
Okay. Well, no. Hang on. Not
No
third.
fucking way.
No, I probably tried it on fries for the first time at McDonald's while I was a Game Informer. So this would definitely been between 2009 and 2014. I tried it on fries. I, for shoot, had never had it on a burger. I don't think I have had ketchup on anything but fries or maybe like potato wedges once or twice at some point. But even then, it is probably in the like, it's not 3, but I don't think I've had it 20 times.
Okay.
You know? But this
Yeah,
is definitely the first time I've had it on
That's
a
still
burger.
in the same
100%.
zone, basically, right? Like to have it less than 20 times in 41 years.
Yes.
It's basically having it 2 times.
Well,
Yeah,
because
okay.
I get dips for my fries all the time, but it's always ranch or barbecue sauce. But if
Sure.
I'm in a situation where it's just ketchup, now I will have ketchup. You know, it's
Well,
fine.
Look, a lot of the same way that I deal with you is the way I deal with my son, and I think the good thing in that sort of world is like he tries shit and he likes it. So that's where you're at.
That's
and
where I am. Yes.
Yeah, and I love that for you.
Yes,
I
that's
love
where I
I
am.
love that you're just trying shit out and you're liking the majority of the things you try out. That's called growth, and who can be mad at that?
I'm
Yeah,
getting
you
there,
know what,
yeah.
Dan? I'm happy for you sampling at the buffet of life.
Thank you, Jan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
drink from the
Ricardo-
marrow of life. That's what Robin Williams was talking
You know
about.
what I want to get past? I want to get past the fucking bullshit where you're like, I don't like the color of this, therefore I'm not eating it or trying
But
it.
that's never been the case. You know, I've
Yeah,
like
yes, it
plenty
has.
of. Okay, with what?
All the time. That looks weird. It's probably got pickles in it or lettuce. I'm not eating it. Whatever
You
it
said
is.
color though.
Dude, whatever.
I'll eat all the colors.
Something that you don't eat based solely on appearance.
I'm done.
Let's go.
Okay.
I
Move
don't
on.
like this anymore. This
He's
is a dumb
Oh, wait,
conversation.
don't worry, don't worry. You're almost done with the Reicherts this week. Now with Paul Reichert on the dump truck on Thursday.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't. Maybe I planned my little camping trip to coincide with that.
That's smart,
Smart.
man. Wow.
If
Hey.
I'm 3.0, he is like, what is he, the beta branch or something?
No, not
Yes,
even,
yeah.
dude. No, but I respect that, Jan. That's smart. That's thinking ahead.
Ricardo Gonzalez says the new guy at work has been trying to get everyone to try peanut butter, banana, and mayo sandwiches.
I'd bite it.
I've had
bite
peanut
it
butter
once.
banana.
I'm sure that's fine.
Peanut
Yeah,
butter banana is awesome.
You put mayo on a
obviously.
sandwich, it disappears into the bread. It just makes the bread wet.
Yeah,
That's the thing
not,
about mayo.
My issue's not the mayo.
That was the first name for mayo was bread wet.
Have you had peanut butter burgers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
I
try
have.
it. I would try it.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I've been to
A
the South,
Striker
yeah.
A Striker made me order one once.
Yeah, it's a gimmick, but it's not a bad one.
Yeah. Y'all got like a favorite burger gimmick that you like that you will continue
Cowboy, the cowboy burger type thing, where it's like
what's
barbecue
cowboy?
sauce, onion rings.
Oh,
and,
rodeo burger from Burger
rodeo
King, you mean.
burgers.
Oh,
Yeah.
the toy soldiers burger.
There's nothing I.
Wait,
What?
wait,
What
are
the
you
fuck is
referencing the movie tie-in burger?
Yeah, it was small
Wait,
soldiers.
Small soldiers, yeah.
So,
with Phil
the
Hartman,
rodeo-
yeah.
Toy Soldiers is a very different movie
My
with Sean
bad.
Astin.
Yeah.
I love that
That's an
movie.
XBLA game, yeah.
Yeah.
The rodeo burger. I don't know why I remember this thing about the time, but the rodeo burger was originally a tie-in with small soldiers, and then it
Yes.
just stuck around.
Wow.
I was working there when that happened, and so you triggered me in a very violent way. I'm like actually kind of mad.
And that's just the idea of like barbecue sauce and onions and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Onion rings.
Onion rings.
Maybe bacon. Bacon is bacon part of that?
I feel like bacon can be a part of
It
that.
can be, but it's not necessary for a rodeo burger. Yeah.
I always enjoy an egg on my
Fried
burger.
egg. Yep,
Sure,
that's what I was going to
sure.
say.
I have not
Fried
done that
egg.
yet, but I could do.
Sure.
I remember one time at E3, Abby ordered pizzas with eggs. So this is another summertime video game convention pizza controversy. We had Backlar's fuck up, and then Abby also ordered pizza once, and I had egg all over it. And I remember just being like, "What the hell is this?"
Why
And-
would you do
I
this?
was
Yeah.
there.
And she wanted me to try it, and I was like, "That was Dan. That was new Dan. He didn't try new things."
I just keep remembering Abby getting that crab at that seafood place.
Oh, right. You told me about that.
Oh my
that?
lord! I don't think you were there.
Maybe not. What?
This
happened?
is when I think this was when we were like not telling you stuff. I'm kidding.
One of my favorite moments of SGF was we were talking about Fortnite, and I said I'm still kind of a PUBG guy, and Abby almost to herself was like, "Still?" It was very funny.
Hell yeah.
It made me laugh. I'm like, "Hell yeah, get me!"
Yeah, when Abby burns you, it's like a specific kind of burn, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, ow.
It owns.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
it's like, wow, it's directly laser targeted. Yeah.
Dan, do you have a food that you don't like that you just kind of keep eating out of shame or you keep hoping? Like, I'll be honest.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
be
don't
honest,
think
Mike.
I love eggs, and I still just keep eating them,
Mike-
and I keep trying to turn around on it. I ate that whole egg that was in my ramen. I'm like, everybody loves this. It must be good. And I'm eating, like, it's still kind of weird.
Didn't
Mike,
you go back and forth on that egg though?
No, here's the thing, and like and again, this is 3.0. I eat eggs as much as like there's been the cooking eggshells and all that
Sure.
stuff. That's all true, but I eat it regularly, and I am kind of like, unless I load it up with so much like pepper jack cheese that I can't even like really taste the egg, they just kind of make me queasy, and not
Don't
in a
eat
weird
'em.
way. I just don't love the taste of eggs really.
Don't eat 'em.
or breakfast stuff in general.
Everybody
Who's
loves
forcing you
eggs
to eat
so
'em?
much. They're putting eggs on more things than ever
superfood.
now.
I know.
It's
Yeah,
a super.
right. I love
avocado,
I love
eggs,
them.
bananas, superfood. You're gonna live forever.
If you don't like them, don't eat them. But yeah, they're putting them on everything. That's fine because they're
I feel
good.
like you can make an egg in a way that makes it at least palatable to you.
Yeah, but
Like,
using a
so
lot
many
of
ways-
butter and cheese. And it's-
Good,
Well,
that's palatable.
That's
Yeah.
how most people like eggs.
Wherever
saw-
you're getting eggs, it's got a lot of butter.
I saw someone make a breaded fried egg sandwich, and it kind of
Amazing.
blew my brain.
Amazing. I
That
want it.
sound eggs are like one of those foods where it's like, and that's why
They're
they're
also-
so expensive. I want them every day. Give me
And-
an egg. Give me
but
eggs
they're in
every day.
everything. They're also
Yeah.
in everything. They're
course.
used as like a bonding agent. They're
That's
just
not bad.
everywhere.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
fine,
think
yeah.
like
No, I know. You're talking about like
Egg
over
eggs.
easy scrambled. That
I just don't
that-
like them really. Yeah.
Don't eat them.
Like even when we had that deviled egg at that one restaurant in LA, I liked the
delicious.
filling, but then there's just this weird kind of egg base, and I like try to eat that, like yum. People like these, and I'm like, oh, this egg part is just so weird.
I think I could eat 10 hard-boiled eggs in a row
All right, TGAs. That's the segment.
Yeah.
with no yolk. I want that.
no
out.
yolk. Okay, that's barely food. That's you're eating air at that point.
I know, but that's like a tremendous amount of cholesterol. I just don't want.
But it's the good cholesterol. That's what you
Yeah,
have to
it
say
is.
whenever
It
you
is.
eat
But
cholesterol.
I love
it's a magic
hard-boiled
spell.
eggs. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I love it.
Overeating last night, I made a real bad choice. So we had a whole Dairy Queen birthday ice cream cake in the freezer for my birthday, and it's just like we had a ton of it left. And last night I was high and playing Death Stranding 2, and Bonk brought me a slice of Dairy Queen ice cream cake that was just so fucking chunky and giant and probably 1,500 calories on its own. And then I had another one afterwards, and my whole face was like sweaty. I didn't sleep well last night just because I had almost like half of an ice cream cake.
Oh my
after
God.
a big dinner. I feel fucked up. Yeah.
All right. I kind of pieced together in my head why I had such a bad tummy ache the last day of SGF.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, I think that morning I was feeling a little bit more anxious. So my bright idea, and keep in mind the night before I did drink half of a big Buzzball.
No.
Then when I was cleaning up my desk situation, I realized, oh yeah, I polished off the rest of this Jack Daniels bottle. And then the morning I was like, oh, I'm a little bit like nervous about today and shooting everything. So let's just take more of my antidepressants. And then
I think they recommend that. You should mix that with a Jack.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, you know what? Feeling a little bit sicky poo. Let me throw in a Dayquil in there.
I want this to not sound judgy at all, but I just ended up drinking very little during SGF, honestly, and I recommend it. I felt great.
Yeah, not drinking rules.
I still had fun. What's that?
You think you're better than me?
No, I think I might be getting further in Sekiro than you, so maybe for that, but for this, no.
Well, he said the magic word, and the magic word was the name of a video game. Mike Minotti, you were playing arguably one of my favorite games of all time that I may or may not have finished off of stream, and I haven't said that out loud because that would make a couple people angry. Mike, you've been playing Sekiro.
Jen, I'm so sorry I insinuated I was better than you. Clearly not the case. Not only did you know how much I would have to let everybody know if I beat Sekiro, right? It's a major character flaw. And you're just like, I did that off stream. Who gives a shit? This game's very good. I like this game a lot. This game rules. Like, is this like the best action game, or like in terms of like just like sword action game, right? Because that's the genre here.
Yeah, I've been chasing this high for forever now.
Yeah, because like it's almost less of that typical FromSoft thing than I was expecting. Because like Bloodborne, oh, it's Dark Souls, but Victorian. You have a gun mostly for counters, blah blah blah. I was like, okay, so this is just gonna be samurai Dark Souls. And like, no, a lot of the RPG stuff is out of it in terms of the character customization, the classes, even leveling up. There's some progression items, sure, but all that stuff almost feels more Devil May Cry than Dark Souls. And then you have all the verticality with the wall jumping and the grappling hook. Oh, I love me a good grappling hook.
A good hook.
Yeah. And I know we've been using the term parry slop, parentheses negative. Parry slop is nothing but parentheses positive for me all day long. God, I love parrying in video games. It's so good. I've been thinking about it too much. It's almost like this point where game criticism as an idea breaks down, right? Because it's like, I like parrying. I don't. Well,
what do you do about it exactly? Yeah.
I can't write like 5 paragraphs to defend my position here, but it feels fantastic for me. The game is still absolutely gorgeous. I love in these games where I do come across a boss and maybe I could just go and do something else. In this game, a little bit less so. There are some upgrades, but it's not like I can just go grind enemies.
No, there's no leveling. Yeah.
So, Madame Butterfly was her name, and I think a lot of people say she's one of the first quote-unquote roadblocks. And I was like, okay, I'll just fight this boss for, 2 hours, learn its mechanics, and then, on attempt 40, take it down, and it feels so freaking good to do that. It feels amazing. So, yeah, a lot of hype on this one, but it's already one of my favorite FromSoft games for sure.
That one is so cool, that game, but it's like the only FromSoft games I've really beaten in the Souls series or whatever is Bloodborne. I know it's not the Souls series, but Soulsborne, Bloodborne and Elden Ring, because I'll just grind and over-level myself, and then I can go fight something. But Sekiro, I can't remember if I beat Madame Butterfly or not. I feel like I played 10+ hours of Sekiro, and it was just dying because I can never get the parrying thing down or whatever. So I respect those games so much, but I hit a roadblock always pretty early and stop.
Right, because again, in a Bloodborne or Dark Souls, it's well, you don't have parrying isn't a thing you have to do a ton of. You can block, you can just do the roll. There's other things you can do. You can have a build that's very ranged. This game, no, you're going to have to parry and swing your sword, actually. So it's definitely a bit more rigid, but it's also a play style that I love. Like, if I could choose play styles, this would be the one I would want to go to anyways. But they do fun things with that. Since you're not making a player character and all this stuff, you know, you actually are a character who has a bit of a story. Not a ton of it. It's not like he's talking all the time, but there's a little bit more going on here narrative-wise. It's not just lore. And I love I'm using this too much now. I love the lore slop in Dark Souls.
Slop them up, Mikey.
For sure. But it's like something like a little bit more framing here.
Have you put the piece together any of when you die it affects the world and everyone's getting more upset and some characters are acting different and stuff like that? Because that's stuff I noticed I didn't fully understand.
Yeah, I actually just got the item to cure them if I want to, but it's like one of those things where it's like, oh, don't cure them unless you need them for a side quest, and okay. That's always been my least favorite thing about these games is the oddly obtuse side quests that I usually just don't end up, because I either don't do them or I have to rigidly follow a guide or listen to my chat to see what to do, and I find that boring also. So maybe they're a bit more intuitive in this one. We'll see.
And then I always, whenever Sekiro comes up, I have to mention that I beat Genichiro while holding Addie when she was a baby. So she was sitting right here.
Happy Father's Day to you, Grubb.
Wait, that's all I needed to hear. Yep. And Genichiro is tough. So yeah.
Is that the last boss?
No, but he's one of the later game bosses for sure.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
I watched Kayla trying the last boss, and she is maybe the best gamer I've watched at those type of games.
She's awesome, and it's tough.
That last boss, I've watched her for hours try to beat that, and it just seems impossible.
So you'll admit I'm better than her when I beat that boss.
I think you should challenge her, and I think that's a feud I would watch. So yeah.
Okay, when I get to that final boss, I should tell her we should just both load it up at the same time.
Oh, you should. That'd be great.
And then this is a Mount Rushmore of games you don't actually want people to say the correct way, because it's like Sekiro, and it's you don't ever want me to say the game the right way. This is why people are like. People are like, you got to pronounce the Japanese words right. I'm like, you don't really want that. Do you really want me going around saying Sekiro? They're like, no, come on. That's stupid.
Now I kind of do. So
okay, well, just you.
Okay. All right. Going from one incredibly tough game to another game that's just tough to look at. MindsEye, Grubb.
Yep. This is a video game, allegedly.
You're just laughing hearing the words "mine."
Yeah.
It is this year's punching bag, deservedly so. It got really built up because it's Leslie Benzies. He's the guy that directed basically a lot of Rockstar's games since GTA 3 and stuff like that, maybe even before, I don't know. But yeah, he was instrumental to all of those games, and this was his first one after leaving Rockstar. And it just feels completely duct taped together, and then between the duct tape is smoke and mirrors. There's nothing there. It's you drive to a mission, you shoot some guys, you drive back. If you go off the path, it's a game over. Kind of like, the Red Dead Redemption 2 does that, and I've complained about that. That is not a fair comparison. That is like, well, no, we're going to let you play a video game. This one's like, no, don't even try, actually, to have fun here, or we'll shut the whole thing down. The only interesting thing that we really discovered was you could spaghettify Seb. You could drive into your friend with your car after he gets out, and he turns into a giant spaghetti monster. And that was the only time that thing remotely looked like a fun thing to do.
You keep saying spaghetti. The one time you did it for me, he turned into a tent. I couldn't believe it.
He did.
That
yes,
was
he
sick.
Pitched up like one of those auto tents. Yeah.
One of my favorite things I've heard about this game is Giovanni from Digital Trends. I posted this link on Blue Sky. He said, quick spoiler for the game, but when you beat it, you unlock free roam mode, which contains quite literally nothing, and you are forced to play as this character by default and can't change anything about him. If you click that link, it is just a gray-haired man in a gas mask and a turquoise crop top with the words "can't drink dust" over his belly button and tie-dye shorts, and you have to be that character.
What are you talking about?
Are you seeing the link? Do you see the link?
Oh my God! Look at this guy.
Yeah, you have to be that guy.
What is this?
Okay, I think I gotta unlock this.
Let's all be him for Halloween.
This is nuts. What are you like? Why is this even a thing?
I don't know.
The can't drink dust, man.
What is that?
The weirdest default character imaginable.
Are we sure that the Benz did what he did for GTA? Are we positive?
I don't know.
Is there documentation?
It's that, but like we see so much of these people who made their name on some big game or franchise go off do something else, make the spiritual successor, and it just doesn't work out. You know, the Daikatanas, the Mighty Number Nines, the Balan Wonder World. There's a few, right?
Yeah, Bloodstained.
Bloodstained. Yeah. But it seems like more often than not, it's like, oh, you need a whole team and support system and all this stuff to make these games happen. And just going off and doing your own with gumption and a lot of skeets isn't going to make it happen.
Yeah, I think we said during the thing that this does honestly feel like the Mighty Number 9 of GTA games. Like, it really, really does. So, yeah, don't waste your money on it. Just watch other people play it. Even that is kind of boring. So if this thing wasn't like, I guess it's like 15 to 20 hours of these stupid ass missions, I would try to get to Can't Drink Dust Man. But otherwise, I'll have to just live vicariously through, Giovanni over here.
Is the character from the game? I don't understand.
No, it sounds like it's not.
He's just like a random Mad Max like write-off guy.
Yeah.
Wait. Chat, you're confused. We're saying Bloodstain was the exception. Everyone's like
Bloodstain's
mad that
good
we're
as
lumping
hell.
Bloodstained in. I thought we were pretty clear. No, Bloodstain's good.
You were literally talking about exceptions, and that's where we mentioned Bloodstained. So this is not our fault, Mike.
That one's on you, Chat.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
All right, gang. Well, the Switch 2 came out, and I believe all of us now have a Switch 2. Shouts out to my boy Dan Reb for selling me his. And one of those games that is occupying a lot of time is Mario Kart World.
Oh
Now, first,
God.
though, Grubb, I saw your thing and I tried it about the kickstand serving as a grip.
What do you think about this?
Okay, so you did it where you had your fingers
I do it in a bunch of different ways. I adjust it to like get comfortable in whatever mood strikes me, but that's one of the ways I've been doing it.
Now,
have to recuse
here's
myself.
the thing I saw in your comments that is my new way. You go all the way up,
I like this.
and there are these nubs here, and then you can just
Look at
rest.
that.
And so this is just like it's like a grip, like more so than the other way. So like go all the way up, and then put your fingers on the back.
For audio listeners that are wondering exactly what's going on, Dan is holding his Switch 2, and he's extended the kickstand while holding it, and he's kind of to put it all the way up, and he's found these nubbins there that his middle finger and his pinky finger sort of rest underneath, and it's supporting the whole Switch 2. I've been playing in a variation of this, and it makes it like super comfortable to the point where it's like I wouldn't even consider getting grips now for this thing, especially if they're gonna get in the way.
For the audio listener, Mike Minotti, in the meantime, has also been juggling 3 oranges, but being repulsed by them at the same time.
It's very impressive.
That's a good
I'm
gimmick.
getting the natural oil stuck on my fingies.
I gotta say, I don't like the ergonomics of the Switch 2. Holding
Have you tried using the kickstand as a grip?
No, I'm legally forbidden.
Yeah, you're not allowed to touch the kickstand, I think. There's a cease and desist.
I've never even opened it up because I just, I don't know. If you found a way to kind of like ergonomically hack the grip on that thing, I don't know. It's making my hands like claw up in a weird way.
Well,
I think like the Steam Deck is like kind of perfect for me. I don't know. I don't love it. I'm actually upset.
Yeah, let's be real. The
Be real.
analog stick below the face buttons is just straight up worse than having it off to the left of the face buttons the way it is on the Steam Deck. It is. You have to jut your thumb down.
Wait, do you consider like the Xbox controller the same, or is the angle better? Like,
Mike, I hear you. Here's the interesting. I'm right and you're wrong. Like, it's just better.
Agreed.
I don't think I've ever had a problem with almost any controller
Same.
device
So
except the Steam Deck. I don't like the way the Steam Deck feels.
Oh,
right.
where the analog stick is?
Yeah, I don't like it on the left of the face buttons. It's weird to me.
Okay, just like you just move your thumb to the left.
Maybe
That's
my
the problem.
thumb is small. I don't know. It's like I'm reaching.
Get normal thumbs, and then we'll
It's a
have a
normal
conversation.
thummy. Is it a nub or a thumb? Do I have a thumb nub?
I don't know.
Is it a thumb nub?
This isn't the place to discuss this.
Yeah, talk to your
Yeah,
doctor.
we can't talk
talk
about
to your
thumbs.
dad. Talk to your dad.
The Switch 2 the stick is like I don't mind an offset stick. People are like symmetrical versus offset. I don't mind an offset.
I don't mind
It's too far down.
Yeah,
it's
there's-
just, you have to bend your thumb too much.
There's something going on where like I can play Mario Kart for 45 minutes, and I'm just like, "Bleh, I don't like what's happening with my hand stuff now. It's a problem. It's a problem.
I don't think it's Well, for me, I've never even thought of this being like I've never like considered the distance of the stick to the face.
No,
button,
it has
it's
nothing
always
to
felt
do with
pretty natural.
preference. It has everything to do with what it is physically doing to my hands.
Well, you are
right?
the oldest here, so
Right. That's got nothing to
actually
do
not
with
true.
it. But yeah, yeah. What do you mean?
Grubb, are you oldest?
No,
I think so. Wait, aren't I?
no, I'm older than you.
Are you 1 year older than me?
He's 53.
Wait a second. You didn't know I'm a year older than you.
I thought you were. I thought we were like the same age. And and then your
Same
birthday would
birth.
still
We have
be-
like our birthdays are 2 days apart, but I'm 82. You're 83.
Okay, there
I'm
we
the
go.
middle
Yeah.
child of Giant Bomb.
I'm the
Yeah,
youngest.
Dan, you just dressed the oldest. Everyone else is younger. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's got everything to do with the ergonomics. Like I don't know. It's bad, and I also don't like Mario Kart. But that's a whole other story.
well, that's not a game that's ever come out. No game is called Mario Kart. So
It's Mario Kart World.
Do you normally like
no,
Mario
there's
Kart?
also no Mario Kart World.
Jeff, do you normally like Mario Kart and this one just isn't doing for you, or are you generally not a big Mario Kart fan?
No, I enjoy it. I celebrate the whole franchise for sure. I don't know. This one is just not landing with me. I think, I was listening to the Next Lander podcast and what Alex said about the tracks all sort of like blending into each other. I think I'm on board with that. I don't
There's
like
a way
that there's
around
not
that.
enough separation
We've
there.
hacked it. We've hacked it. We figured it out.
You hacked it?
So instead of like if you're doing like an online Grand Prix, 4 races, 5 races, whatever it may be, you gotta press the plus button during the like when everyone's voting on the map. Everyone has to press the plus button, and you can pick a track that is not connected to the previous one, and then you will just do 3 laps like normal
you
on
you
that
actually have the
track.
option. You can pick that track and then you can connect it to another one, or you just pick that track again and it'll do all 3 laps on that track.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
And so you don't do the in between stuff. Yeah.
I think that's on that's lower down the list on my grievances. I don't know. I'm just not having as much fun with it as I did with 8 when it first came out. I don't know.
I think it's a bit too chaotic, and that's my small criticism that for me would put it at a 7 out of 10 instead of an 8 out of 10.
I kind of love how chaotic it is.
Me too.
Though.
Me too.
There's times where it can be really good, and then I think the bulk of the time for me it's like, oh yeah, just random chaos again.
To me, it's Fury Road. It is like the most Mario Kart has ever felt like that, and I love it so much.
I
I
also
do
think
appreciate that they make it so when you get hit by some objects, you sort of just roll into the hit.
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
keep a lot of your momentum. That does make it feel more like Fury Road, which is like, I don't know why that doesn't actually happen in Fury Road, but it feels like something that would if it was a kart racer.
Would it just be a Shy Guy that is the Doof Warrior, or would it be like a Waluigi that's the Doof Warrior?
No, Waluigi's too powerful.
Right.
The
That's
Doof
a lot of
Warrior. I
Shy
think
Guys.
Shy Guy is a good call for that.
yeah, I'm okay
Or
with
maybe
that.
Cow.
Oh,
yeah. I also think like the driving around in the free roam, fucking pointless.
It's a thing to do in between races.
It
Like,
should
I
be
don't think
more,
it's-
though. It should
Yeah,
be
it
more.
should be more. It should be more. Dan's gonna run defense for this fucking game that's just not amazing. But I think it's.
I just want it to sell well.
I don't know, buddy.
Yeah, I really jury's still out on that. But yeah, it's just okay. It's a weak launch title.
I'm
and,
having fun with it every time I play it.
Yeah,
like
it's
that's,
weak.
that's the
Launch
thing.
title.
It's weak.
Fucking
It is.
absolute killer app. Like
It's weak. It's super weak. Donkey Kong would have been a better launch title.
Donkey Kong is going to kick ass, but to call Mario Kart World a weak launch
Not as
title is
good. It's just not as
insane.
good. It's
It's
not
no
as good.
pen Trisolon, damn it.
It's not as good.
Try Isolon.
My bad. Hey, look what I bought because of
an isekai?
FOMO, because you guys were having so much fun with your fucking cameras. I got one of these now.
Oh, nice.
I can't
Nice.
believe that we won this battle because
I can't- me
you were
too.
pretty anti-camera early on.
I was, and then I fucking would see you drive past me while talking, and every time it was just the
so
funniest
funny.
thing.
It's a good feature. Okay, that's okay. Are we done with Mario Kart? Can we talk about the Switch 2 broadly?
Sure.
Yeah, of course.
All of its hidden features are awesome. I think the grip is cool, but yes, the camera stuff awesome. Game chat overall awesome.
Game share?
GameCube's game share awesome. GameCube awesome. Just everything sort of below the surface of the system really is the eShop super responsive. Having a recommendation engine, which isn't great, but it's better than nothing that they had before. It's there's a bunch of really small things that make the Switch 2 really pop for me. Overall, it's I wish Donkey Kong was here, but it's not that far off. And then it's okay, I'm already enjoying using the system in every other way. So pretty impressed by it. It feels like a system that Nintendo did spend years thinking about and getting everything right.
Backwards compatibility does rule, and Jen, I know
Everything just runs better. Yeah.
Jen, I don't want to do the transitions for you because I don't want to be yelled at, but there's a game I want to talk about backwards compatibility. Maybe you could help me.
We're not done.
It's a Switch 2 game.
Grubb, were you done talking about the Switch 2 as a whole?
Yeah, we have. No
Game
one else
share.
has
It's
anything to add.
crazy that game share works on a regular Switch.
Yeah, that.
I didn't realize that was the case.
That's right.
Oh.
It does work.
So I could share a Switch 2 exclusive game with people on like a Switch Lite.
But the game share has to be something that the game supports. It's not
Yes.
any game, but
Yes.
it's built into the games. Okay.
Yeah, you get Mario 3D World on, or Mario Kart World has game share, right?
I don't know.
I'm not sure if it does, but the Switch 2 exclusive games will work on Switch 1. I saw Klepek talking
Wait,
about it.
what? Wait.
Yeah.
You're saying that a Switch
Through
1
game share.
can play Mario Kart World?
We're
don't
not
know
sure
if
about
that
Mario
one-
Kart World.
I'll look it up. But
Well, it sounds like we're painting with broad strokes here, just like Mikey and I have been painting in Splatoon 3.
There you go.
They get mad if you call it paint, and I mean, Splatoon fans. You have to call it ink, or else they'll yell at you. I've discovered many times.
that's fine.
Oh, is that because of the octopus or squid situation?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
the
that's
squid
fair.
situation. Yeah,
That's
they're
fair.
they're kind of crazy about that. Go ahead.
There's a weapon that is literally a brush.
I
true.
know. They still yell at me.
Ink brush.
All right, we're just going to call it squidges.
I think they would
Got it.
prefer that from the
Yeah.
sound of it.
Yeah, I guess so. No one can yell at us now. This has been what I've been playing mostly on my Switch 2, actually. Yeah. Jen, are you doing multiplayer mode or that single player stuff?
I have not explored the single player stuff. I've just been doing the multiplayer mode, and I can't help but feel that my enjoyment of Splatoon 3 multiplayer would be increased. A, if I was better at the game. B, if people also stopped playing the game when I stopped playing the game and didn't increase their skill levels while
Yes.
playing it. And C, if we had the stupid Nintendo camera so I could see
Yeah.
everyone's
It should be
faces on
in
the
every
map.
game.
Wait,
it
is
should be
that in
every
Splatoon 3?
It's not,
Oh,
but
okay.
it should be.
Okay, I downloaded that. I want to try the single player after hearing people talk
Well,
about that.
That's my pitch for you, Jan, because where there aren't any mean, when people are about your video games, they don't have a life, right? You know where there's not any no life, try hard squid jizzers in the single player
What's
mode.
happening?
Which,
What's
Are
happening?
you doing the roguelite?
so I'm not even doing that yet because I have to pay for
What
that.
is this? Why does he always create a new character?
No,
And,
Yeah.
like I just think how amazing if just like completely unaware Nintendo just goes to market and they're just like, yeah, it's called Squid Jizzers. Like that's
Okay,
what it's called. That's what it's called. What?
I didn't start the whole squid jizz thing. I'm not going
That's
to be
how I remember it.
But just
responsible for
Squid
this.
Jizzers 3,
No, it's
like,
like Andor, right? He did, and Han Solo. Han Solo
Yeah,
didn't
see-
start the rebellion.
Mike carries the squid jizz with him. Yes.
Right.
man, they're like,
Mike
no.
is the Han
Oh.
Solo to my Andor. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, exactly.
I know these games always have good solo campaigns. I enjoy them. For some reason, with 3, I barely touched it that much. And here, just having some of these graphical improvements and whatnot, just a good excuse to go back in there. And the campaign is actually so freaking good. It's a ton of fun. It's almost something like Mario 3D platformer-esque about, just
Sure.
all these levels kind of have something a little bit different about them, some fun gimmick. Like there's one where you can do nothing but use that curling sliding thing. It's just basically all these kind of short puzzles of how to like best use that to unlock a door and move on to the next thing. You have these boss fights that are just really creative. Even just like the way it works with, it's like a world map and you have these each different sections and you kind of have to unlock the different levels by shooting the stuff and spending points. It's just really well done. It's just really fun. I think everybody both somehow knows that Splatoon games actually have great single player content, and yet it's still sort of underrated to me.
Yeah,
I'm going to play it.
I'm curious to check out the roguelite mode. I gotta. That's a separate DLC, right?
Yeah, so you have to pay for that, but I
Got
kind of
it.
want to try that after I beat this. I've heard very good things about that as well.
People are asking in chat, does it have backwards mouse support?
No,
didn't
I don't
even
think it does.
About
I
that.
don't
think it
think
does.
so. It's not. Remember, this one's just like a free update, and the free update's great. The biggest thing I noticed with the free update was before, whenever you were in like the town hub, that ran at a much lower frame rate than
Yeah.
the rest of the game,
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah.
kind of like jarring. And now that just is perfectly smooth too.
You do motion, Mike?
Yeah, I turned that on because
Yeah, I like that a lot. That works
Yeah,
great.
Yeah, especially in this game. Like, I don't like it in some other things. Like, I think I turned it off in Metroid Prime Remastered, maybe, or in the,
Sure.
I think I had it in like Turok, right, when I was playing that, the remastered version. But yeah, that stuff feels really good in this one.
What weapon do you roll with, Mike?
Well, so in this mode, like a lot of times, you have to use a specific weapon.
Oh, right,
for the level.
Specific levels, yeah.
Yeah, but it's fine because I'm kind of a normie anyways. I do just want to use the the normal super soaker squirt gun thing a lot of the time.
I use the Tommy gun one a lot.
The double pistols where you can like dodge
do the
roll
roll.
with them.
Do the dodge rolls awesome,
That's pretty fun.
I really enjoy the big fat roller.
That's what I like.
Sure.
Yeah, that's cool. Mm-hmm. I think I like that more than the paintbrush that they added in terms of the more short range weapons.
Same.
I really want to play more Splatoon with y'all, and I kind of want to try and decimate another video game website.
We should do that.
Yep.
Yeah, didn't we do that? Wait, because
We did it with Nextlander when 3 came out.
that's right. I think that was one of the earlier streams I did because I remember they made somebody made art of us as like the squid icons, and I was very excited about that.
Oh, really? Oh, I must have missed that.
I think Jeff contact photo on my phone is still his like squid icon from when.
Oh, that's right.
Way
Yeah.
back when.
Yeah, it turns out Splatoon has always been a good game, and I'm happy for the Splatooners out there for getting a new injection of squid kids, just blasting their squid jizz all over the place.
No.
Speaking about Switch 1 games that I didn't know that this had an update, but Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door.
I don't know if it does. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just using the Switch 2 as a reason to kind of finish it off, and I'm on a roll. I got the 8th star, which I think is the last one, and that's kind of where I left off. So I think I'm on the home stretch of getting through the end of that game. And you know what it was? One of the reasons I fell off is, each of these chapters, they are vignettes, they are self-contained, kind of. And every time you start a new one, you're like, well, it can't be as good as the last one. It's kind of a bummer that I'm done with that because I wanted to keep doing that fun stuff. And now I got to go do this. And then every time it's just as fun or sometimes even better. The train was fantastic, and they did a good job with the pacing of like getting you into the village or going into the train station to solve some puzzles and then getting back on the train. There was a section there late in the game where you have to sort of you have to chase someone from zone to zone. And then I'm like, luckily right away I discovered or refound, because I'm sure I saw it before, the fast travel thing. So that made that easy. Overall, it's like, yeah, this game is as good as people said it is. I'm glad I'm seeing it through because it just continues to be fantastic through the end of the game. And it's like, oh yeah, I could still play Switch 1 games on here, even if they haven't been updated. It looks great on that screen. It sounds great on those speakers, which I think is another sold part of the Switch 2, which it sounds really good. So,
I heard that those speakers are they come out of the console at a diagonal angle. I got that quiz question correct in Nintendo Switch.
There you
Welcome
go.
to her.
Congratulations.
I wonder if you really could do much of a performance update thing, because it was a bit of contention that this game is 30 frames per second instead of 60.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you could just make a patch and have it run at 60 with a big timing based RPG like this.
I mean, there's ways to find out if people have ever done that when the game has been emulated, but
Like, I don't know if it breaks things and it needs a lot more work than just that. It would be cool, but
it'd be awesome.
But it's also fine.
Yep. Another Mount Rushmore of like good gimmicks for boss fights in RPGs, quizzes.
Game shows? You throw game shows in there, right? Okay.
Yes, exactly. Yes, that's what I mean. Like a game show quiz, and the boss is like, he's talking tough. He's going to beat your ass. He is like, look at me. I'm so big and tough.
Yes.
And then the lights pop on, and it's all glitzy
there's a
and
crowd,
glamorous.
and there's a bunch of Goombas and Goombas in there. Yeah.
Just top tier gimmick. Give me that in every game.
You know, a supremely underappreciated Kong is Swanky Kong.
Yes.
Like, the name is incredible. He's a game show hosting Kong with the glittery jacket. He needs to be in Bonanza. I will mark the fuck out of Swanky Kong.
Man, Rare must have really liked game shows, because they have that, and then their whole like Gruntilda game show fake out at the end of
Banjo.
And for my fellow dropout freaks out there, I feel like there's a world where Dan Reichert is just and Sam Reich are the same person. That's gonna land on a couple.
That's such an insult to Sam. Oh my god.
No, that's a big boot in Dan's favor, because he's such a showman.
I guess depending on how you look at it.
Thank you. Would I like Dropout? What's the deal with it? I hear about it, and then I don't know how people watch it.
It's,
You Google
it's a streaming service. A subscription also.
Oh, only subscription?
Yeah, they have like a couple of apps on YouTube.
Okay. I can't be paying subscriptions.
No, of course not. Yeah, I mean, we none of us can, right?
That's why I never played MMOs. Can't do that. You just buy a thing and then you have it.
Like none of us are paying for subscriptions, right? Like we're all good, right? Okay, cool.
No, that's a crazy thing to do.
Yeah, don't do that.
Okay, cool. All right, moving down the list.
Giantbomb.com/join. Subscribe.
It's the only streaming service out there. Going from that three-peat of Switch 2 games to another trilogy, Gex trilogy. Grubb.
Yeah, I started playing Gex Trilogy. I got the code on Friday. It's out now, right? Did everyone? Dan, it was good. I have a code for you if you need it. Let me know.
I need it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what's it on? Do you have it on Switch?
It's on Steam. I have a Steam code.
Oh, I'm good on Steam. I want it on my Switch.
That's what I was asking.
Okay.
Either way, okay. So I've been playing it. I started with Gex 1 because I never played much Gex 1. I must have rented it. I generally remember the vibe and the jokes, or I guess you can call them jokes, and I like the whole gimmick of collecting TV remotes and unlocking levels. But I just don't remember actually playing it all that much. And Gex is, it's okay, maybe.
Okay. No, so that's what I was gonna ask because my mom didn't let me buy Gex as a kid because she thought it was too raunchy.
Really?
That's just because Dana Gould talks in a voice like you think the jokes are going to be way raunchier than they are. He delivers everything like he's about to tell you a dirty joke.
Is there a Lewinsky joke in it?
Yeah, they did do that
I haven't heard it
thing.
yet, but I'm sure it is.
It's in the second one and the third one where there's they get some model to be his girlfriend.
It's like Heather Graham, right?
Right, and the conversation is always just Gex sexually harassing her and her going, "Oh, Gex."
Mm-hmm. I played a little bit of the second one, which is the first 3D one, and that one's has a little bit more going on. But these were never great games. I almost don't know if I fully understand where the Gex meme comes from. I guess it must just been one that everyone rented or everyone played, so it's a cultural touchstone that people can go back to.
It's just such a thing. It's just an iguana with sunglasses and a platformer. It is just
So
the most
90s.
early 3D, early PlayStation stuff. I never even really played them much, and that's why I really want to. I want to get it on my Switch too. And somehow, that was during my era of I'm an adult now. I can't play a platformer. I play Metal Gear Solid and think about philosophy. So I need to go back now that I'm younger and stupider than I was back then. Somehow,
It sounds like you idiots didn't have a 3DO because
that's
oh weird. No,
I was playing Gex 1 at the time. It really was just
I didn't know that, Mike.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. I know.
I don't think it's embarrassing. How did that come to be?
Oh, he's got a Dr. Dad.
Yeah.
Was that, it was
my
just
my mom worked at Chili's.
I won a contest.
no, it's not. I don't think you won a contest. I think you won the socioeconomic lottery.
Yeah,
Good thing.
Yeah.
That's 3DO. 3DO is not like CDI. 3DO had some good games.
3DO's got some games.
Gex 1 was pretty fun. It looked very pretty back then for a 2D game.
My question is
3DO Choa. We just make him play 3DO games.
No,
Slayer's pretty good.
Well, 3DO, the publisher, I really like War Jets for the PS2.
So the Army Men games, Portal Runner, maybe.
Yeah, there you go.
So, Mike, did you and your brothers ask for it, or was your dad just hey, it's Thursday, it's console day, you get this now?
Console day.
No, I'm sure our magazines was talking about it or something, and we were like, Dad, we need a 3DO or we'll die. The thing that bratty kids do.
And your dad just well, can't have dead children.
Right, that'll look poorly for my practice.
Yeah.
So, played a lot of Mad Dog McCree on there, man. That was the light gun game. Oh, and the weird Jurassic Park game for that.
Oh yeah,
which was a lot of live action vignettes, not with the original actors, and then weird mini games based off of arcade classics like Space Invaders. Oh, it was weird.
I just
That
remember
game was very weird.
I just remember that my only interaction with 3DO was going to an electronics store and seeing it sort of encased in plastic and at a demo kiosk, and even then it was just I don't want this, know.
I found my 3DO. I gotta see if I can get that thing going still, because come on, a 3DO stream would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like that a lot. Again, like Slayer, that first-person Dungeons and Dragons game is actually legit good. There's some good games on 3DO.
Road Rash for 3DO is great.
Of course.
The Need for Speed. The first game in the Need for Speed franchise is called
Really?
The Need for Speed, and it originally came out in the 3DO.
Okay, maybe we do need to do 3DO Choa.
Yeah.
Dan, do you have a 3DO?
Now
Yeah.
I might.
Okay, well, you have a Mister, right? And I think that has a 3DO
Yeah, I think
core
I might
on
have
it.
a 3DO like 10 feet to my left. I think.
the same unless
I
you're
might.
doing it on original hardware.
Well, listen, if that's still a rule for Blight Club, I do have a game in mind for him eventually. Eventually, one day.
What is it? He's gone.
I think he's
Oh,
going to
boy.
maybe go get his 3DO. I'm not
What
sure.
is it? Quick.
Wait,
For the-
isn't it?
For
isn't
audio
it-
listeners,
Oh,
Dan
no,
cartwheeled-
because he'll hear. I don't. But it's that. Okay, it's that Cyberdillo game.
Oh, he's got one.
Yeah. There it is.
Is this a 3DO?
Yeah, I love the way it looks.
What do you
Come
mean?
on.
Is this a 3DO?
I don't know.
Doesn't it say 3DO on it?
Panasonic Real 3DO interactive multiplayer. Yeah, it's a 3DO.
So wait,
Yeah.
is that? So wait, did Panasonic also have like other items that
No,
had
so
3DO
the thing
built
with
into
the
it?
whole point of the 3DO was that they licensed
It's
it so anybody
open-
could
yes.
make a 3DO. And
Oh,
not
interesting.
many
It was like a
people did.
reference card, like
Sure.
NVIDIA makes the GPU, but then EVGA really made it, or that sort of thing. Yeah,
Huh?
But that's the 3DO. There was maybe like one other one at some
there
point.
was in Japan. Yeah, there was another company
Was
that
it?
made it
It
in
was
Japan.
discs, CDs.
Yes, yeah, it was a CD
but
format.
early
Pan-
CD stuff, yeah.
Panasonic also made another console, the GameCube. Made the Cube.
That I know.
They have one of those at the Nintendo Museum. Yeah.
Oh,
I love
cool.
that thing. I always wanted it so bad. It
So
looked
Dan, you
neat.
have that, but you've never like used it, obviously,
No,
because you
the
just found out
power
you
cable is probably taped up when I got it. I don't know. There's
So
a
you just-
rattle.
So you
Oh.
have it just for like posterity, or
Yeah, I like displaying consoles and stuff.
Yeah, it's a good
Okay.
looking console.
It's heavy. It looks
like
like
a-
It is. It's a
it
beast.
looks like
yeah.
a train station.
You can
Yeah.
kill a man with that.
yeah. You might need a helping hand to lift that bad boy, just like you can use a helping hand to lift up your fellow climber in Peak.
Oh God.
This game was awesome.
We
was a
played
good
this
time.
yesterday on the website. If you missed the stream, I highly suggest you go check it out. Peak it dropped out of nowhere. It seems like.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw they might have done a couple teaser trailers like earlier this week, but I think it was as close to a shadow drop as you get, really. I just got an email about it, and I just saw an image of it, and it said it's a physics-based multiplayer climbing game. And I was like, that all sounds fun. Let's stream it right now. And we did. We played
And then we
four-player.
discovered the Prox audio, which is like, oh, okay. Had we known that, we definitely would have played this game. So I'm glad
Yeah.
we discovered that.
Yelling across canyons. You know, there's times where it's like I would go up like the right side of this mountain, and I'd be like, oh shit, I lost those guys. And I turn, and I'd just see the tiniest little guys way far away, and I'd yell, hey guys, look up here, I'm here, and let's meet it. Like, it's just the Prox thing is incredible. It does
Yeah.
that thing that like Repo does, where the mouth is moving as you're talking, and they're very just. They look like they have oranges for heads, just really goofy, human fall flat kind of Gumby characters, you know. Great look to it. Great mechanic of like, if I climb up a thing first, like Jan can crouch down and Grubb can jump on his head, and Jan can like spring him up to help him get up there. And then before his stamina runs out, I can hold LT to like help pull him
And
up
that-
with my hand.
And all that stuff is super necessary because, like, one of us might have a backpack, and that severely hampers the amount of stamina you have because you have extra weight on you. So it's like I was carrying the backpack, and so I needed someone to help me up at every sort of turn because I had like just enough stamina to get there, but not get up over the ledge. And so I'd be like, Jan or Dan, here, grab me and pull me up. It all worked like surprisingly well. Like I thought that the hand grabbing mechanic was going to be a little bit janky based on like early experiments with it, and then we did.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, it has
there's
this
a
big
lot
grace
of
period to it. Yeah.
A lot of generosity there.
Yeah, a lot of generosity, exactly. And then sort of figuring out how to navigate the spaces became the game, and we didn't quite solve that riddle. We
Well,
kinda,
I mean, we successfully eventually climbed the first mountain.
You're
and
right.
Yeah.
Posted some s'mores, only to turn around and now there's a gigantic vertical forest in front of
Right.
us.
Yeah, we thought we beat it because it says like every 24 hours it's like a new climb basically.
Which
And
is a
it's like,
cool.
oh.
They procedurally generate a new mountain every 24 hours for everybody. So I love that idea, by the way.
Yeah, and I assumed, it's $5 game. It's, generating a new mountain every day. That's probably what the game is. And we get up there and I got like a fairy lantern and then like a new vine, like a whole new biome basically opens up for us to climb. And it's like, oh shit, there's more to this than I thought. So that looked way harder, that next area.
I was watching people stream it last night, and everyone seemed to be stuck on thorny Vine Island, like
Yeah,
mountain.
that's going to
rather.
require, I think, real teamwork and really
Yeah.
thinking together about every move.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I like out of all of the prox chat games with funky looking dudes, I think this is my favorite design of funky looking dudes. It reminds me of God, it's not like I don't know why it reminds me of lollipops or like old school cartoons. I just like the
I know what
round
you mean.
faces.
Garbage Pail Kids.
Kind of.
I had
Little,
those,
yeah. I
Yeah.
see it. Repo's still my favorite in terms of just like visual comedy of the characters,
Yes.
but this one's right there.
I will say that we watched some of those SGF trailers that we didn't see originally, and that
Ooh.
Big Walk trailer
I think-
looks incredible. As far
I
as
think
one
Big
of those.
Walk is the one we should like commit to a
Oh.
couple streams of because I mean I think it looks fantastic. There's a lot of puzzles in there. Yeah.
Big Walk Week.
Oh,
Big
Big
Walk
Walk
Week.
Week. Yeah.
Yeah, hiking week.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Do
All right.
Big Walk, a short hike. Yeah, we can do a bunch of games.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
can do it on a treadmill.
Death Stranding. You know, that's one. That's an easy one.
Which, by the way, that's why I haven't really played much this week, is because I'm past
Yeah.
where I was in Japan, and I think I'm like near the back part of this game. But
Yeah, we're tired of your excuses, actually.
Yeah. I think next week I can talk. Well, it comes out the 25th.
Yeah, you should be good.
I think
next
I can
week.
talk about it next week. So I got a lot to say about that game.
Yeah.
Grubb, I know you've been playing too, right?
Yep,
I
exactly.
have also embarked on this journey.
Okay.
And I will hold my tongue until next week when I can
Yes.
speak about it.
Yes.
I don't believe any of us got the chance to check out FBC Firebreak, but we will be checking that out on Friday for UPF, I believe.
That's right.
That about does it for video game talk, unless anyone else has anything else.
Just my kid's been playing a lot more Minecraft. I guess I could have brought this up during the Switch 2 thing. They have moved from survival over into creative, so they can just spawn everything. And there's these egg things where you can like spawn creatures, and so they've spawned like 10,000 cats and 70,000 creepers, and it was causing the Switch to like run at 2 frames a second, if that. And she's like, "Hey, I can't play this." And I tried to explain rendering and frame rates to her, and she said, "Shut the fuck up, Dad. Just make it better." And so I got it running on the Switch 2 and handed it to her, and the game is running just fine on that. So it's like a significant processing improvement. But now she needs my Switch 2 to play her stupid Minecraft thing. So I've already sort of lost that, and that's been that's been a problem.
Yeah. Nintendo, please make a Xenoblade Chronicles 3 patch or upgrade. I know I already beat it, but I just want to play it again. I just want to play the fucking flute with my friends
It would
that
be
are going to
silly
die.
not to. That's a newer game.
Yeah, I wonder if there's going to be like a day where it's like, all 4 Xenoblades have gotten improvement patches or Switch 2 versions or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I
'Cause
wouldn't be
X
surprised.
is a big one. I'm shocked X doesn't. That was such a late
yeah.
Switch 1 game.
All right, gang, that about does it for video games. We're going to take a quick bricky break, and we will be back with the news right after this.
Flow runs cool.
This is Jeff Grubb with Odos. Jeff Grubb.
Well, wait, we got him coming in with the news, but I'm going to come in with the weather, and I'm predicting a very severe fuddy-duddy storm coming in the next week or so, based on our conversation in the break.
Oh my god. I didn't even say anything, and then you two provoked me, so I did a bit.
I'm just a forecast for next week. Yeah.
Some cool things were said, and you were silent, and we knew what that meant. All right,
Look,
that's
And then you
all.
went into full fuddy-duddy mode.
He wants this. He was complaining his game wasn't divisive enough. He doesn't want all of us to like it. He wants me to hate it. I'm
didn't-
literally falling into his trap. I'm helping you. What do
You
you
haven't
want?
played it. You haven't played it.
What are you talking
That
about?
is that
No,
was a story
no,
I
no,
didn't
no, no,
include. I didn't include that Wood Kid was like, yeah, he like tried to make the game shittier so that people wouldn't like it as much. He's like, he came to me, he's like, people, the tests are just too good, which is my
People
favorite
like it
form
too
of
much.
bragging.
I want to know, Mr. Dan Riker, down for anything, always good for a goof. When I found out he was interviewing Wood Kid, I was begging him to tell him that I, Mike Minotti, liked his song from that Assassin's Creed Revelations trailer, but he couldn't do it because Kojima said to no.
And
You have to take
Dan
Wood
was
Kid
like, I take this very
seriously.
seriously. I'm an interviewer here. I'm
I'm a journalist.
I'm a journalist.
yeah.
You can check that interview in the SGF vlog out now.
All right, news. This just happened. Microsoft and AMD have entered a new multi-year partnership for first-party Xbox hardware with full support for your existing console games in your living room and in your hands. So basically, AMD, who has been providing chips for Xboxes for a while now, will continue to do so. This is maybe only interesting because there was rumors and leaks from the FTC documents when they were when the FTC was suing Microsoft to try to stop the acquisition of Activision. There was some word in there that Microsoft was looking at a bunch of different new partners, including maybe like NVIDIA and some others that provide ARM chips. And it'd be like, oh, the new Xbox could run on ARM. Well, that's not going to be the case. It's going to continue to be the kinds of computer chips that are in your PC made by AMD. So they'll have full backward compatibility. And I guess maybe the other side of this is they are going to keep making Xboxes, at least based on this news. That also doesn't surprise me. Is anyone like shocked that this is a company that's going to stay in the hardware game?
I'm not shocked, but I guess I do just wonder what this looks like. Because, the Xbox Series X and S was a very clear successor to the Xbox One. Like, right, very similar in a lot of ways, just more powerful. And that didn't really work out for them. But, like, what else can you do here? How do they differ? Especially when, going into it, there's basically no promise of exclusives anymore. There's maybe a couple, maybe timed exclusives. Game Pass is being de-emphasized. So what's the selling point here now?
Yeah. Well, we were hearing a selling point could potentially be like, hey, we're going to let you install Steam and Epic Game Store on your Xbox. I guess this is not impossible, right? Because again, it's going to be PC hardware in there. And maybe the Xbox can have a translation layer. I suppose that wouldn't be too difficult to make those stores just run on there if that's what Xbox still wants to do. But I don't know. This sounds a little bit different than that. This does just sound like they're going to make another one of these consoles, as you say, Mike, that have not really been able to find their place without having the obvious exclusives to point to. But they also did say, Sarah Bond, a year plus ago, that, hey, they are working on the next Xbox, and it's going to be the biggest graphical leap ever. I can't remember her exact words. I mean, how do you do that without making a very expensive Xbox when using the familiar AMD hardware? I don't know. I guess that could have just been talk.
I think she was just saying things. And
could
I'm
just
not
be
trying to
saying things.
call her a liar, but I just don't understand how that could possibly be true.
Yep. I think that's honestly the simplest answer here. It was just words. It didn't really mean all that much. As far as like integrating the hardware and the software in other stores, that probably will continue to happen on the PC side of things. The Xbox OS stuff that's happening with the handheld, the Asus ROG Ally X Xbox thing, that seems to be one of the focuses for Microsoft is, hey, let's make all of our stuff work on these handhelds and include backward compatibility from the PC, from the Xbox to the PC, so the PC can now play all these Xbox One games that never got ports. And that's an interesting focus, but I think it also just means, oh, the console is even less necessary than ever before. And Microsoft's okay with that, but I guess they're going to keep making them. A Nintendo Direct is coming this week, focusing on Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Pacific. I think they said like around 15 minutes or something like that. I'm ready to see a lot more of this game. I'm ready for the Donkey Kong hype to overtake me. What are you guys expecting to see from this? And should we expect any other Direct this summer?
I want to see more of the, like, when I played it, I thought it was so cool that you can basically just destroy the entire area. Like, so, you know, I think there was like a hub, but then we went into an island, and I want to see more of those islands. You know, it seems like it was like a bomb battlefield type thing. I want to see more of those, and I want to see how the destructibility can play into things other than just like, I can dig down, I can dig through. I want to see like whole underground cave cities that aren't evident from the beginning, things like that.
Yep. I wanted to show like all that goofing off and sandbox play will lead to larger discoveries. I'm with you right there on that.
Yeah, I also want to see some platforming, right? Like, I know like digging around is an important part here, but I hope that you can't circumvent kind of all of the platforming through that. I hope there still are maybe sections where there's a lot of just floating geometry, so you can't really dig up to it or dig down to it. So you still have to do tricky jumps and things like that. But there's also a part of me that's like, I don't know if I want to see more of this game. It's coming out soon anyways. I just want to be surprised now.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you, Mike. Like, after seeing what Dan and I saw in New York, I don't know what else I need to be shown other than, I guess, the general public seeing that this is a game.
Yeah, it's a month away.
Yeah, exactly a month away. Yeah. I'm excited, though. I do want to see more of it just because that is the next one on the horizon for sure.
Totally.
As far as like first party big Switch 2 releases.
Yeah, I want to play something on my Switch, you know?
What I'm really hoping for is that, like, yeah, Donkey Kong Bonanza coming soon, but today on NSO, Donkey Kong 64. They made such a big deal about getting those Donkey Kong Land games on the Game Boy NSO before Donkey Kong Country Returns came out, which was this year, by the way. That's wild. Come on, give
that's
us
crazy.
It sucks that it's been long enough now to where I also want to do a reappraisal of DK64 again. I know I did this on this website.
Yes.
Long enough
Within
ago,
the
and
last
then
decade.
my takeaway was I don't want to play this so much that I want to send this to Antarctica. But there's like fan patches and stuff now where you can like switch between the monkeys on the fly.
On the fly.
And stuff. I think there's something in that game that we need to unlock as gamers. I think
I never really played that much of it. I want to play through it when it comes on NSO.
You want to 100% it? Do you want to promise that you're going to 100% it on Mega Man Monday Evening Gaming
I did not
with
say
Mike?
that. I'm not 100%. I will roll credits.
How many? Okay, so if we get 5,000 people come to giantbomb.com/join in the next
That
month,
seems fair, Mike.
will you 101% Donkey Kong 64?
5,000 new people?
Yeah.
Are
Absolutely.
we going to find 5,000?
Wait,
Yeah, what the, make it realistic. What do you mean?
Tell your friend. Okay, 1,000.
Get out there, everybody.
No, you said 5.
All right, everyone, rally the friends. He'll do it.
we have an internal goal. I could say if we some reason met that by the end of July, then sure.
All right.
Oh, really? Okay, folks. We have an internal goal that could be done. I want to see him play all of DK64
We'll
very
make
badly.
content out of it.
Tell your
or something.
friends. Oh yeah, we could ask our friend and Donkey Kong 64 enjoyer H Bomber guy to promote
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Am I crazy for like I don't know, I'm like not that concerned. I'll play Donkey Kong 64 a lot.
Yeah, it's
I don't
fine.
know.
But 101%?
What's the one?
It's you have to get all these like golden bananas. I think it's
you
just
don't-
like
you
it's
can't
a
afford
major collectathon thing.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, that'll be annoying. There's a lot of I have to play actual Donkey Kong at some point, the arcade game, right?
I think briefly, but
That's in
fine.
there, yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
time. Yeah,
What's
Do you have to be in a costume the whole time?
No.
I think he just needs to play it.
What's
yeah.
what's Lanky Kong's deal?
They don't talk about Lanky Kong. He doesn't
Yeah.
come to the family reunions anymore.
No.
Everyone averts their gaze when he shows up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Where
he
was
took
he
some
on-
turns. He spent a little too much time on message boards. and
Where was
stuff.
he on January 6th?
Yeah.
Where
was
wasn't
he was back at Beaver Bother, if you know what I mean. That's DK64 level. That's infamous. Just I want to see you do 101% so that I could see you experience Beaver Bother. That is that's could be something very special.
Never been a bother before.
No, there it is.
I'm sorry.
Squidges!
Nintendo. So wait. Do we think we're gonna get another Direct this summer? I think we might.
I
get
think we
something
might get,
later.
like-
Your
September.
Metroid one, maybe.
Yeah, we'll get a exactly backlight. We'll get a Metroid Direct also at some point, giving us the release date. Hopefully, Metroid Prime 2 and 3 in some way.
All right. Well, I hope that's right. Because listen, we don't need a big. Well, I suppose we get like a partner direct, right? That could pop up at any moment.
I don't know. There's like some people are like, well, we gotta announce some more games for this year, and I'm like, do they?
We don't gotta. We definitely don't have to. I think there's a possibility they could announce one more, but they did do. There was an update recently to something that they announced that they talked about. Maybe that kind of filled in that gap.
I thought they just announced the game in a tweet not too long ago.
And a Nintendo Today app update. Yeah.
Right.
So they definitely don't need more games.
I don't know, maybe a Nindies showcase again.
Yeah.
Sure.
Those happen like twice a year. I don't know if we're due for it or not. What's up, Dan?
Grubb, can you just come to my house some weekend before the end of July, and can we just do a Jerry Lewis telethon just to raise subscribers so Mike has to do this?
I would 100% do that.
If you
Dan.
want to, like,
I'll fly over also. I'll go do it.
By the end of July, this is doable.
And this is a realistic number too, because it's it's a Micro Center internal goal.
It's very realistic.
Wait a second. When not Summer Game Fest? I keep doing this. Summer Games done quick.
It's at the end of July.
Yeah. So like,
we could just go there and like that week we could like make it the home like the.
Oh, it's early July this year. It's like July 6th. It's earlier.
Oh, that's right. It's right after I get back from.
Yeah.
My
we'll have to figure out soon if we want to do that because I kind of do. Okay.
Okay. Well, listen. Let's
talk about it.
Let's talk about it. All right. Nintendo Switch 2 sets all-time record for hardware in the United States, beating PS4. It seems like it's set this record globally as well. Definitely also set a record in Japan. As people have pointed out, this is a record of like manufacturing, of being able to get enough Switch 2s out into the channel to have enough of these to sell on day 1 through day 4 where it set this record. But yeah, I mean, the demand clearly is there for now. I do wonder like what the long-term demand for a Switch 2 is, as families like look around and be like, well, we have a Switch, do we need a Switch 2? But in this moment, it seems like the combination of Mario Kart and just excitement for this thing is helping plenty. They wanted to sell 15 million Switch 2s in year 1. Seems like they're going to easily do that, maybe even get to 20 million, which would make it a better selling console than several big consoles we like talk about frequently.
When I went to Best Buy yesterday to get this camera, the first thing I saw was this giant standee that said, "We do not have any more Switch 2s."
Yep. Yeah, but my Best Buy said sold out as well. So there are occasional drops at like Target and stuff like that, so people are still getting more. But Switch 2, successful so far. Sony kind of started talking about the PlayStation 6 a little bit. Yeah, I mean, mostly to say that they are not going to do cloud gaming instead of a PlayStation 6. It was more like, hey, chill, we'll get there.
Oh, that's there's always some journalist, some like mainstream journalist or something that asks about this because they think that's more of a thing than it is.
This was an investor meeting, but same exact kind of person.
Yeah, it's always one of them. It's like, why isn't it just all on the cloud, AI metaverse?
And the guy had to be like, it costs more to host a game in the cloud per minute that a person plays. Like, don't you understand that? And they're just like looking at him, blinking. Yeah.
It's funny because it does feel like how are we already talking about this, and yet it's gonna be 5 years since the PlayStation 5 released this fall.
We are far closer to the launch of PS6 than we are to the launch of the PS5. Far closer.
Sure, that makes sense.
I don't like that.
2028 was the year that was in, again, another FTC leaked doc for PlayStation specifically. That feels like at the earliest to me, late 2028 at the earliest. I could easily see with the PS5 Pro barely even being tapped, them justifying pushing this entire generation into 2030 even.
Okay. I got a sad question to ask. Do you think more people have played Fortnite than God of War on the PS5?
Yeah,
oh, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Without a doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's sad.
It makes me like
Fortnite's good. It's
Fortnite
good.
might be a better.
No. I love Fortnite. Your boy got a dub last week, and it was great.
Yeah. Why is that a sad question? That's not a sad question.
Because Fortnite isn't a new game, right?
Yeah.
And like God of War is like a PlayStation joint.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
I mean,
well, you know,
I don't know.
Kratos
I
in
could play
Fortnite?
Fortnite anywhere though.
Sure. I mean, it's like people who buy new computers just to go on Facebook. Remember? Like,
Yeah, right. That's a little sad. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess from that perspective, it's a little sad. Yeah.
Like you don't need a new MacBook Pro to handle Google Slides.
Hey, you know what else runs pretty great on Switch too, though. It's Fortnite.
Yeah, it does run great on
pretty good.
I was like, oh, this is looking pretty nice.
They know that too. There's a lot of ads for Fortnite on Switch 2 specifically that I've been seeing.
I mean, think about it. It should be. It does not run well on Switch 1, and that's noticeable even to like the the people who are least discerning in that category. They can even tell. So it's a thing for
Did
sure.
Overwatch get like big improvements on Switch 2? Because that
I
was
can try-
a
I'll
Switch
try it out.
1 game early on.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll try it out. Yeah, I have
Exactly.
Overwatch for Switch. I bet it runs better.
Apex Legends is on Switch, right? So
I don't know
what
if
the
it's still supported on
heck? Oh,
Switch.
they tried that and no one played.
Yeah, no one spent any money on that. I remember hearing that. All right. But yeah, so they're talking about basically just saying, oh, yeah, we're going to make another PlayStation, and it's going to be with AMD. It's going to be exactly what people have been always expecting from a PlayStation. So I don't take that to heart. They also said they will continue to do cloud gaming stuff, but they are convinced that having local, execution of the games, is how they put it, is still the future.
Okay, here's my question. That Heretic game from Naughty Dog, is that a PlayStation 5 or a PlayStation 6 game? I mean, it's probably
Oh,
just
Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophecy?
Yeah, yeah.
I was gonna say.
It's a bad name.
Heretic prophecy.
It sounds like a Doom clone from the 90s.
Yeah. I don't know. It sounds like the Heretic Prophecy sounds like a weird drug in a Deus Ex game or something like that.
Yeah.
That one's probably like the last year of the PlayStation 5, I think.
Hey, you know what's a good game? I should have talked about this during games. Cyberpunk is pretty good
You like
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Try that on Switch too.
You played that.
on the Switch too.
and it's running well.
It's not bad.
Okay.
Fuddy Duddy activated.
There it is.
I will try it one more time at some point in my life.
When was the last time you tried it?
It was
I
right
went
when that
Phantom Liberty
big,
launched, but
Phantom
he did not
Liberty?
play Phantom Liberty. He tried the base game
I
because he
tried
had
the
never
base
played it
game
before.
because the improvements were there. Because there's a bunch of improvements there.
very
I was like,
different.
This game's good now, and it just might not be for Mikey's. All right, I think the thing I keep pointing to is you walk into like a sex shop, tattoo parlor, and there's a neon light that says "fuck till you die" or
That's
something.
my Jimmy
and
Jim. I live my
Yeah.
life till I buy that every day.
It's so it's too like R-rated for you
it's
for
not
your
like it's
taste?
R-rated. It's
Sounds
like
They're
like
a
it.
little bit try hard,
it's
right?
kind
Like,
of try-hardy, edgelordy a little bit. Yeah,
What do you
It's
think
like
about me?
it's like if
super
if someone made a
cynical.
theme park and there were people that exclusively that didn't like Mike Minotti and were trying to make something to upset him.
Right, it's like it's the exact opposite of walking into Disneyland.
Yes,
That's
it
a
is the
good way
exact
of
opposite of
putting it.
Disneyland.
It's everything's there to make me feel bad about myself and the world.
Okay.
I was always like a Cyberpunk 3 out of 5 guy because I just thought the missions were kind of boring. But I don't know. People have played it in other ways and it looked interesting. And maybe I need a new character build or something like that. I'd be willing to try it again. All
People
right.
sure did forgive that game quickly, though. Everyone was so mad about Cyberpunk. How
They
dare
wanted
they
to like
release it like that? And then it's like, oh, it's forgiven.
Yeah, they wanted to like
They
it.
made,
So
they
that
made good.
Yeah.
They could have made better.
I think it's okay to change your opinion over time.
no,
It's okay to change your opinion.
Mike's against that.
But
You
like,
know, except
you
if
know,
it's about Red Dead.
we were all like, how dare they do this? And it's like,
I
well,
think
they fixed
you know
it.
what happened, Mike, is I think everyone felt they got effectively punished, right? They got
Yeah,
slapped
they
on the
did.
wrist
You're
hard
right.
enough
You're
that
right.
everyone's like, you learned your lesson now, or are you going to come back and do better? And they're like, we're going to do better. And like they got delisted from Sony PlayStation for 6 months, and everyone's like, okay, we don't need to yell anymore. Sony's handling
Yeah.
this. Daddy's
Yeah.
home.
They
Yeah,
were
you're
in
right.
timeout. They were in timeout.
Yeah.
Right?
I feel
fair.
like with Mike, it's like burritos are like a reverse Popeye situation where it's like it was spinach, where it's like you give Mikey an extra burrito, and instead of getting really strong, he turns into super fuddy duddy.
Oh, so, like 1 out of 5 people not liking Cyberpunk is fine, right?
No, there've been numerous fuddy duddies today.
What else? The Death Stranding thing, which is
It was very fun. Like the Jan starts talking about like in Cyberpunk, and your time to sigh was 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It was
I saw
awesome.
you laughing.
Yes,
Yeah.
it really got me.
No, but like, trust me, part of that is actual insecurity. I don't like not liking things that other people like. I'm like, what am I missing? Why do I suck?
All right.
You see, the thing is that it's all about me. When you think about it.
Your arc for Tokon, I don't still know how to say that, but when we were watching the Marvel fighting game thing, and you're like, okay, I actually do think this game looks nice now. That was fun to experience.
But Jan, like, what are you enjoying about it? Like this time, what's popping off for you?
I think I just haven't had like the proper time to just sit down and digest Cyberpunk. And it's normally not my bag either. I kind of don't like all this weird techno neon jazz, but I kind of dig it. It's just being able to sit down or lay down with it on my Switch 2. I never tried it out on the Steam Deck, but
It's probably pretty similar. Yeah.
it runs perfectly fine on the Switch 2. And then like I'm investigating crimes and like, I just kind of stare at that neon sign that says "fuck you, you die."
Yeah.
I get it.
So yeah, I hear the Switch 2 version is good. Is it like it's not 60 frames per second on Switch 2, is it?
No, but I think there's a high frame rate
like
mode that's
40,
40
yeah.
that actually works really well.
That's pretty good. I'm kind of indignant that this seems to be running better than Hitman is on Switch 2.
Yeah, that's annoying. That's stupid. That they should have a performance mode for Hitman on Switch 2.
I hear Yakuza runs really well.
Yeah,
on
it
Switch
does.
2.
Let me check that out.
All right. Hey, Digital Eclipse is hard at work, one of the hardest working studios. They have another collection here. This time it's for the Arcade Golf Series Golden Tee.
Golf Week!
Golf Week.
For Golf Week. Here we go. Retro compilation. Digital Eclipse announced Golden Tee Arcade Classics, a compilation of 8 games from incredible technologies, including 6 Golden Tee titles. It will be released on July 17th, which is around the time we were thinking about Golf Week. And physically, it'll be released on October 24th. The collection features new practice and mulligan modes. Atari's Mike Micah stated the collection aims to bring the Golden Tee experience home with modern enhancements. Digital Eclipse is also working on Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, of course, collection spelled with a K, which will include over 20 versions of Mortal Kombat's 1 through 4 with modern enhancements in online play.
Hell yeah.
They gotta release like a trackball controller for this, right?
I hope so, but I mean, I'm okay with like mimicking it on the analog stick, but I would love a trackball controller.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about the CDI controller for RZ the other day. It's like, man, I want more one-game controllers.
RZ, so good. Love RZ.
Yep. Golden Tee. Do you guys ever have a Golden Tee era? I was always
No.
like, I like my PC golf games and stuff like that.
I played Lynx on DOS.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, and like Tiger was my big one on like the PS2 era.
Yeah. Late Xbox, early 360 Tiger games were great. Otherwise, it's mostly the Mario games and then Neo Turf Masters, of course.
Of course.
Neo Geo Classic.
The
I loved
trackball.
Hot Shots. It's weird. I played way more Hot Shots and Tiger than I have Mario Golf. I just never really played the Mario Golf games.
Mario Golf's great.
Well, because the best ones were handhelds when you weren't
Well,
really playing handhelds.
and then when I got the analog, that was the first game I really
yeah.
dove into was that Mario Golf, and it is fantastic. So,
Yes.
good.
Yep.
All right, let's see here. Arthur Morgan, voice actor, is also teasing something Red Dead related following previous John Marston voice actor tease. Voice actors for Red Dead Redemption 2 are teasing upcoming news related to the franchise. Rob Whithoff, who's John Marston, announced exciting news during a live stream, and Roger Clark, who is Arthur Morgan, replied yes to a fan's question about the news. I don't know. Like, I think Red Dead Redemption 2 getting ported to the Switch 2 is definitely something that people have mentioned recently. That's possible. The game came out in 2018. That seems like it should be able to run on a Switch 2.
Didn't they put Red Dead Redemption on the Switch one?
The
Red
first
Dead
one.
Redemption
Is it
1.
Cloud? Was it Cloud or was it fully
I think it was an
downloadable?
actual.
No, it was a shoot game. Red Dead Redemption
Okay.
1 was on there, and then Red Dead Redemption 2 is not on the Switch in any way.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it can't be much more than that. It's not like Red Dead Redemption 3 is happening. We're still waiting for GTA 6. So, yeah, like I can't imagine what else it would possibly be.
They didn't do any DLC, right? No, at least
Not to the extent of Undead Nightmare, because they were trying to make Red Dead Online
Right.
happen, and it never really.
So there's
took
no
off.
definitive edition they could sort of like piece together.
Not that I can think of. I mean,
Has there been a native PS5, Xbox Series X update?
That's a good question. I don't really think so, actually. And
The
has there
PC
been-
one's great.
Yeah,
Oh,
so it's been-
PC's, yeah, it's awesome on PC. So
No, there
what I
hasn't
can see
been.
this being is, we're gonna have a native version for PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, I guess, and then we'll also release it for Switch 2, which again, it should be able to run on Switch 2. I think
Red Dead
if
1?
Cyberpunk can.
Did Red Dead 1 get a Switch 2 performance patch?
I don't know. It doesn't need one though. That's an Xbox 360 game, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
It's probably already running great on Switch 1. I didn't play it.
Yeah, so apparently Red Dead Redemption 2 is like 30 frames per second on a PlayStation 5. So yeah, they should make a next-gen version of that.
There you go. That's probably what's
Next-gen.
happening here.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
That's when
5 years ago.
even I was stretching it pretty hard there. Next gen.
He did it, everybody. The greatest magic trick you've ever seen. Borderlands 4 actually won't be $80 after all, and people seem grateful that it's only $70. So,
you son of a bitch.
Yep. There, of course, are like more expensive versions of the game. So if you have been working that extra job to afford Borderlands 4, you can get the $120 version. I'm sure that gets you early access or whatever. Actually, it's $130 Super Deluxe Edition and $150 Collector's Edition. So yes,
he had a Speako. That was the problem.
yeah. There we go.
He's had a lot of those.
Borderlands 4 $70. Do you think there's a chance that they were going to do 80 and they backed off because of the backlash?
There's a chance.
100%.
Sure, why not?
I think it probably did go that way.
Yeah.
It's such a weird transition period we're having here, where it's like, all right, Outer Worlds 2, that's $80. Borderlands 4 is $70. It's just like so hard seeing what is what with these things.
And it's at a certain point, it is just like saying things because so much of the audience are going to be people who are like, well, I wasn't going to buy it at 70. I'm not going to buy it at 80. I am looking for a deal, and I'm waiting for this thing to be around $50, $40. So it's like, I guess it's just telling them maybe you're going to have to wait a little bit longer, or you're going to have to settle for a slightly higher price than you would otherwise, because a lot of these games are not games that people necessarily always rush out and get right away. Borderlands 4, I guess, will be one that sells well out of the gate, but it also does well in sales because of this very reason. So, yeah,
we're looking at September for the release. Yeah.
Yeah. Did I have the release date? Yeah, September 12th.
I could see a bunch of folks waiting for the holiday time, expecting like a sale to drop, just because like that feels like a good holiday game to team up with people.
And Borderlands, maybe it's not Ubisoft fast to go on sale, but I traditionally remember Borderlands being like, here it is. And by that first holiday, you were going to be able to get a good deal on it. All right. A handful more stories here. MindsEye Studios trying to fix the game. Yeah, they say they feel bad about all the glitches and the performance issues. It was like causing me a lot of problems trying to stream it. Other people are seeing a lot of stutters. We did see a handful of glitches, including Seb Spaghettifying. The game's not even worth really rescuing, though, right? Like, is it going to be worth all this effort?
I mean, like, what else is? Like,
What's
what else
there?
are those? Yeah, but like, what else are these people gonna do? Like, hurry up and try to make a new game and hope that one
Well,
hits?
I do want to see the fate of Don't Drink Dust, man. What
I want the
is
spinoff.
dust?
Yeah.
What's dust?
Sounds like a drug.
Yeah. Don't drink it, though.
If there was something to save there, if there was like a kernel of a like, oh, if only this worked well, then this is a great idea. But like,
Right.
there's no idea there.
Yeah.
There's no
Nothing,
cyberpunk
you know?
situation here, right?
Yeah, that's
No.
definitely, it's far from a cyberpunk. I mean, there's the user-generated content platform that I have no idea. I guess, didn't someone said Leo Vader messed around with that a little bit?
Did he?
So, yeah, of course
I
he
know
did.
he's doing a full playthrough of the
Yeah.
game.
When's the last time anyone?
Leo.
When's the last time anyone checked in on Redfall? Because like that game got updates. That they like were they able to fix
Oh,
much
wow.
there?
If we don't get to our internal goal, we all have to play through Redfall.
Oh no.
Well, I'll work really hard at that point. All right, let's see here. Metal Gear Solid Delta multiplayer mode revealed. Fox Hunt is
What?
What?
gonna
He
be-
said it. He said
What's
it.
that?
I
Fox
said
Hunt?
I said, Fox Hunt, guys.
He said
come on.
what he wanted to say.
A little speako, guys. A little.
God,
Speako.
Little Speako never hurt anybody. Yeah, it's not Metal Gear Online, but it is like, a successor to that. It's going to play a little bit different, but it sounds like when I hear Fox Hunt and they talk about like playing a hide and seek mode, it sounds like Prop Hunt to me.
Yeah, that's what they're going for. I'm curious about it. Like I tried a little bit of Metal Gear Online back in the day with Subsistence, and it had some ideas and stuff, but I'm not precious about it, so I'm fine with a totally new approach to the online thing. Just keep Snake Eater the way it is, but the online stuff, get funky with it. That's fine.
Go. That's where you should definitely be messing around and trying new ideas.
Yep.
And then there's the Ape Escape crossover thing. That's not going to be on Xbox because Ape Escape belongs to PlayStation. This wasn't a problem before because usually these games wouldn't come out to Xbox at that time. Now it is. So they have a solution. They're going to put Bomberman in the place of Ape Escape for that stuff on Xbox, which I prefer, actually. I love Ape Escape, but give me Bomberman.
Wait a second. Now what did they do? Because Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence did come out on the original Xbox.
They probably just didn't have that mode,
I think
right?
they just didn't have that mode back
Snake
then.
vs.
So
Monkey, yeah.
yeah, so it's a good thing it's nice that we're getting something here. Yeah, Bomberman are cool.
Did
It's
Subsistence come out on Xbox?
yes.
I know Substance.
Oh,
did.
maybe just
Metal
Substance
Gear
did.
Solid
Maybe
2
you're right.
Substance with Snake skateboarding did.
You're
But I
right.
think,
My
yeah,
bad.
Subsistence was just PS2.
Yeah, I think I was like, well, they put Substance. Obviously, they did Subsistence, but they didn't.
Okay. Well, there's your answer. That game is out not that like August, right? August 28th for PlayStation
Ooh,
5,
man.
Xbox Series, and PC. That'll be a nice dead of summer game.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were going to say something, Mike. Sorry, my bad.
Because I did. And then, you know what, Jeff, well done, because you read my body posture perfectly. I did, and then I was like, I don't want to say that.
Well, fair enough.
Well,
I'm glad we got to the bottom of that.
Say it.
No, that wasn't like, trust me, it wasn't provocative. It just wasn't a good point.
He gets
Oh, he just Discorded me what he was going to say. That's crazy, man.
I know, right? Can you believe it?
Pre-orders for the Xbox Raj Ally will reportedly begin in August, with launch expected 2 months later.
The speakers are out of control, Jeff.
I'm like, I think we called it like Roger, and now I'm just shortening that to Raj.
Like,
From Raj?
Yeah, for Raj over there.
Is that the girl from Frasier?
Yeah,
Raz.
that was
Raz.
Raz. Oh, right, yeah.
My bad, my
This
bad.
is Raj, who's Roger over at Kinda Funny. Shout out to Raj.
Wasn't it Daphne?
There's a Daphne as well.
Well, yeah, Daphne's the live-in physical therapist for
The
the
love
father.
interest of
Raj
Niles.
was the producer at the radio station.
Should
And
I
there's the
watch?
ex-wife, whose name is Mike.
Now I'm on the spot.
Scrambled eggs.
She's more of a Cheers character, if I'm being Lilith.
There
I was
you go.
Buying time there.
Lilith.
Yeah.
Should I watch Frasier?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Frasier's great.
Oh, relax,
like it.
Mike. Oh
No,
my
it's the best.
God.
It's number one. Sitcom number one.
It's not number one, but
Better
it's
than
good.
Seinfeld?
It's not better than
Wait,
Seinfeld. Mike will say
wait.
so, but it's not.
Is it better than Becker?
Yes,
better
everything's
than
better than Becker, Jan. It's the one thing you've seen to completion, which
Becker.
is so weird. But okay, it's fine.
Actually, you
know
should
about
watch. What's the
Hot in Cleveland?
Yeah, Hot in Cleveland. That's exactly right. Yes, watch Hot in Cleveland
randomly
first.
watching an episode because we brought it up and be like, this shit's really good.
Hot and clear, exclusively about menopause.
Yeah, yeah.
Exclusive to the TV Land channel, I believe.
TV Land channel. And hey, the girl who plays Daphne's in that. So there you
Yeah.
go.
yeah, there you go.
I've never met a Frasier truther like this who is just like
Really?
There's a lot of Frasier
one,
fans.
number one, like hands
no,
down.
you're right.
I think Tim Curry might be.
God,
I don't
that's
think
so
it's that.
insane.
I
They're
think
the same person.
if you ask people what their favorite sitcom is, Frasier would be like one of the in our 10 most popular answers.
It would be on the Family Feud
up
board. You
there.
think?
Yeah, it would not be in the top 5 probably. It certainly
Right.
wouldn't be in the top 3,
Right.
but it's mine.
Okay, that's nice. It's for Mikey's.
Yeah. I like Seinfeld a lot. Like, I don't want to say Seinfeld wears thin. It doesn't. It's still very good. But, I don't know. There's something about Frasier's, you know me, I need a little bit more sincerity. I need to see the people actually love and care about each other sometimes. And I get that.
Oh, gross.
I get that in Frasier.
I
know.
love what was the Seinfeld motto when they were making? It was like, no hugging, no learning.
Yeah, no
Like,
learning.
that's-
Yep.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
That's us too.
Yeah.
And I respect that. And I do like that. But Mikey likes a little hugging.
I just,
know.
I just like all the effect that Seinfeld had on the language, like close talker and all that stuff coming from there. Double Dipper, that was them.
You dipped the chip. You took a bite. You dipped again.
Again. Final Fantasy 16 runs at 720p. We got to burn the whole thing down, everybody. This is unacceptable. Get your pitchforks out. It's gonna on Xbox Series X in performance mode. It's gonna be 720p. The game looked soft in performance mode on PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
I guess this sounds to me like they probably could have had it run at a higher resolution, but listen, just beggars can't be choosers at a certain point. If this is really how you're gonna play the game, just deal with it. But also, I kind of feel like Xbox Series X should be more powerful than that. Should be able to run that game at a higher frame rate. I'm also surprised that Microsoft, after 5 years in, doesn't have their own sort of DLSS solution for the Xbox. I thought that they would get something like that running, and they just don't. So all these games are just kind of relying on that stuff on other consoles. And not having anything to take advantage on the Xbox. I suppose you could use FSR, but that's just not really as good. Breaking news from our reporter in the field, Mike Minotti. We're going to go to you.
Marathon is delayed.
Oh boy,
Mike Minotti, you're breaking up. The storm's coming in heavy. It's delayed to when?
Well, it's not coming out September 23rd anymore, and it seems to not have a new release date.
That's
Okay, so I guess it is
You'll hear
a
from us
race
again.
and not a marathon.
Yeah. You'll hear from us again later this fall when we can share the progress we made alongside the game's new release date. So later this fall, they'll announce a new release date. Doesn't seem like this year. I suppose it still could be. Well, there it is.
Go drop this from my fantasy critic and be very excited about that because I picked that before all this stuff stared happening. All right, there
We're
we
going to
go.
announce a Metroid Prime 4 delay during the Donkey Kong
my
stream.
God.
That'd be funny. They'd lead with that.
Least surprising news in a lot of ways, right? I mean,
Sure.
this felt like obviously they were going to do this, but no new release date. Is it as ominous as it sounds?
I mean, it's
Doesn't
just
feel
it's
good.
ominous in the sense that I don't think it's coming out this year. Do I think this is a game that's canceled or never coming out?
No.
No.
I mean, yes, they let everyone play it. The vibes were off, and now it's delayed. What else do you need? That's the
Well,
story.
it's just like, yeah, but like, okay, do we think had Concord been delayed, they could have turned that into something else?
There is that question, like, what are we gonna do here? 'Cause Suicide Squad's a big example. They delayed that game like a year, like a big delay for Suicide Squad. And what did that do except make the game more expensive of a bomb for them?
Exact, right. So
Yeah,
that's why I'm like, it's not as obvious to me that it's. I mean, yeah, they will release something here, for sure, because it's Bungie. But like, it just doesn't feel like this is going to be the answer to what ails them. I guess no one's suggesting that, but yeah, good luck. I don't want Marathon to bomb. I want it to be able to find an audience because then Bungie gets to continue existing as it does. Although I say that, and like we've heard bad things about the leadership, so maybe it shouldn't continue
it's just
existing
so
the way it does.
surprising because like the entire time with Marathon is like, well, that seems weird, but I bet once people play it, they're gonna be like, wow, this feels so great to play and so fun.
Right.
Instead, that alpha came out and people were
And
like,
that didn't happen.
I don't know if I get it. And like
Yep.
that was my reaction. I was like, I don't get it. I guess other people are gonna like this. Maybe the answer was no. People aren't liking it, and here we are. But yeah, like, what are you gonna do? You can't not make it what you made it to be. I guess like Fortnite was able to pull that miracle. I don't think there's too many Fortnite
Yeah,
tricks in
there's
the
not a-
magician's hat.
There's not a lot of like, oh, we have this idea that was handed to us by another developer that we're working with. Epic was working with the PUBG developer, helping them develop the Unreal Engine into something they'll be able to play that better. And as they were doing it, they went, oh, wait a second. We don't need this other person now. That's not a situation any other studio's ever in, like, because you're not controlling your engine like that necessarily. Yeah, I don't know. Marathon, I suppose, when it reemerges, I think there's a chance it is no longer an extraction shooter the next time we see it.
I mean,
I think that's
extraction shooter's
crazy.
But it's like extraction shooter's not that far, especially that game that I was playing. It's not that far off from just being a battle royale in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I think you kind of just do something slightly different, but go to something that's a little bit more broadly appealing, at least for Marathon.
I bet it will still be an extraction shooter, but maybe it's like, here's a battle royale mode that actually might really be more popular. I don't know. Maybe there's other issues. Maybe you can just make the extraction mode more fun somehow.
Yeah, well,
Hey, we should make this more fun.
Can we tighten up the
complicated
graphics on level 3?
yeah.
That's what the focus group told them.
That's right.
Before you pivot out of here, I feel
Yeah,
like
please.
I want to go back selfishly to the ROG Ally thing.
Sure.
Please go
Because I
ahead.
feel like we missed was there pricing that was announced? I feel like
there's
we
some
got
leaked
into a Fraser
pricing.
conversation.
Yeah, there was some leaked pricing. That's right. So apparently pre-orders were going to start in September or August or something like that. I can't remember. At least these are leaks. These are rumors.
Sure.
And then the lower priced one was going to be like 600, 700 euro. That's the number we have. But then the one that everyone should probably care about, the X variant that has the more powerful chip in it and has a lot of RAM. It has the nice ergonomics and has all the stuff that you want. Looked like it was going to be around 900 euro,
And
that's
and
like
in-
$1,000.
And in the I was going to say in the voice of Mike Minotti, English dollars. What is that?
Yes, English dollars, it'd be around 1,000.
Damn.
So, yeah, pretty expensive, but also like that's how much these things really are. We were kind of getting subsidized early on, especially by Valve for the Steam Deck. So it's not like it's not out of pocket or anything like that. It's just a lot of money.
I'm very excited about this thing. I feel like I might be on an island here, but I cannot wait to get one of these because I just want one thing. Like, and for this to replace a Steam Deck and do everything, I'm excited.
Yeah.
We've got to be getting closer to like a new Steam Deck, right? I feel like
Yes.
it's been a bit. I mean, the OLED was basically, you know,
They
it was an
started-
improvement for sure, but
They started some of these other third-party vendors that make their own handheld PCs have started shipping with the Steam OS on there. So that's already starting to happen. I think that just means it's a matter of time at this point before Valve's like, and now here is Steam Deck 2.
okay.
Probably next year. I think it's probably next year when that happens.
Are you ready for me to jump back to Marathon? Because I'm looking at this
Let's do
blog
it.
post board.
It's jazz. Let's just go here, go there. I'm just following you guys.
Because they do explain in a bulleted list the ways that they're going to try to make the game better during this time.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, so 3 big bullet points here. First off, upping the survival game, more challenging and engaging AI encounters, more rewarding runs with new types of loot and dynamic events, making combat more tense and strategic. So, you know, some of the stuff's more vague. I did find the AI pretty brain dead when I was playing, so that's something that can help. Number 2, doubling down on the Marathon universe. Increased visual fidelity, so they are tightening the graphics. More narrative and environmental storytelling to discover and interact with, and a darker tone that delivers on the themes of the original trilogy. Then last thing here, adding more social experiences, a better player experience for solo and duos, and proximity chat. So social stories can come to life. So there you go, you sickos. They're adding proximity chat for you.
Yeah.
But it's not funny.
I mean, you know,
I like
It's not
funny
meant to be. It's not
proximity
meant to
chat.
be used to make jokes, of course. Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know. Like, will all that be enough to turn it around for this thing? Like, some of it's vague. Like, what do you mean you're gonna make the game darker? Like, in what way? It's a, it's a extraction shooter. You're gonna literally darken it. He's gonna like add in some data tapes where people talk about the horrible ways they died. I don't know.
Yeah, I just feel for him because it feels like
Oh,
a problem
boy.
that's too big to solve.
Yep.
There was updated from numbers that do include English money, $500 and $800 in U.S. dollars, according
wow,
to
okay.
the
Or the
story from
Rock
Just
Alley, I
Core.
It's an easier pill to swallow.
Yes, definitely. So this is not like converting the euros to
not.
dollars.
Yeah.
This is like a different set of information. Yeah, $800 does feel like, okay, I could definitely swing that. And I'm with you, Backlar, where it's like, once I hold this thing, if I know I find it to be like, okay, this is something I want to like use, because I just need to do that personally, because I think it looks a little weird with the Xbox controller stapled to the side.
Right.
It's like, I kind of want my handhelds to look like a handheld, even if they're getting so absurdly big that that's a stupid thing to even call them anymore. But whatever, that's what I want. Unless this is just super comfortable and I wouldn't even be thinking about it, which is, I guess, is probably what's going to happen because people seem to think the ergonomics are very good. Everything else is lining up where it's like, as long as that Xbox OS interface that makes sense on a handheld is decent, I'll be very happy. That's just what I want there.
Right on.
Yeah. All right. That does it for the news. Let's hand the show back over to Janet Choa.
We're going to go take a quick quickie break, and we will be back with emails and YouTube super chats right after this. These are the emails for the show. Emails.
Oh,
Bombcast.
email coming in from Dan Reichert from Kansas. I'm going to be in Kansas City this weekend, and I just posted on Blue Sky on Facebook Marketplace in Kansas City. There is a cardboard standee from 1995 of Reba McEntire holding a big bag of Fritos scoops, and it is only $50 in Kansas City.
$50? What's this? It's a cardboard cut from the 90s. What shape could it possibly be in?
It's not in great shape, and I don't know if they
God,
cut
that
off
honestly
her
just
at
makes
the
it worth more to
torso.
me.
Yeah, look at it on my Blue Sky. If somebody wants to buy that and bring it to my dad, who's in Kansas City on the Kansas side, I will take it home this weekend. So it was my birthday yesterday. This can be my late birthday present.
You're
folks.
taking this. You're not going to leave it with Paul Riker, that deviant,
How are you
right?
gonna
No,
bring
I
it
will
back?
put it in the game room next to all my fucked up stuff.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
How are you
Thank
going to bring it back?
It looks pretty folded already, so I can probably give it a fold. Hey, look, if Jesse Vitelli got that fucked up palm tree Yakuza guy back in New York, I can do this.
Follow-up question. How did you come to find this?
I saw someone just post it, and I was like, well, I
These
need
things
to get this.
flow to him.
I was
like
gonna
a
say
river.
in the leading up to your trip with your dad, or you're just like, while I'm out there, I might as well just fucking go on Facebook Marketplace and see what kind of fucked up
I
shit
can
I
tell
can
he
find.
wants me to shut up about it because I texted him. I said, like, is this near you? And he says, not at all. That's north of KC. That's closer to my friend. I said, is it near the airport? Because you're picking me up at the airport. He says, kind of. I think Gladstone is east of the airport a bit, but not much. So it's in Gladstone, technically. Probably 20 minutes for my dad if anybody wants to get it and bring it to my dad. Straight up.
Wow.
Yes.
All right. Bombcast@giantbomb.com is the email address to send your emails to. If you wind up purchasing and want to handle correspondence about the Reba McEntire cardboard cutout, please send emails to bombcast@giantbomb.com.
Yeah. Or Blue Sky me.
Or Blue Sky Dan.
Mhm.
First email comes from Simon from Saskatchewan. Continuing with trivia. Thank you, Simon. Hello, Bombcast. Pronunciation of this beautiful province does not end with Lund, like many non-Canadians say. It's Newfoundland. There was a case of a person being killed in an argument in Colorado in 1876 over the pronunciation. It's a pretty wild story, too. The murderer confessed on what he thought was his deathbed, only to get better and have to go on the run again. Newfoundland and Labrador has some amazing names for towns. Example, Conception Bay South, and Dildo. There are dozens, and would make this email too long. The list is worth reading. Confusingly, Labrador dogs don't come from Labrador, but Newfoundland
Of
dogs
course.
do come from Newfoundland, though.
Of
Thanks
course
for the
they
content.
do.
Simon from Saskatchewan. P.S. How's the mug saga going?
Bad.
Poorly.
Bad.
I think it's great.
It's awesome.
I had to like set aside like hours today to go through it and finally do some stuff on the back end. But
He
hopefully
was
we'll move things
stomping in his own house, back like just pacing back and forth, like looking so grumpy. It was great.
along. Yeah, I'll figure it out though. We'll get on it.
All right. Next email comes from Mike from Loveland. Hello, Giant Bombs Batsu. Last week, Jan live edited an email for me mid-read without losing a drop of rhythm. A talent you could only discover because of a job you're forced to do. What other hidden talents did you discover you have via the jobs you've worked? During my time as a sandwich artist, I learned I know exactly how much aioli to get on the knife for a perfect even spread across bread. Love the show. Love you all. Mike from Loveland.
I mean, I think an obvious one for us is playing a video game, keeping a conversation with other people, and keeping tabs on a chat. I know, like, when I've brought people onto streams that don't do this for a living, I realize how unnatural of a skill that is.
I don't even think about it. And you're right. Until I see other people in that situation, they're like, what do you, well, no, I don't like doing any of that. I'm like, oh, I get that now that you explain it. But yeah,
it makes sense that that'd be hard, but it's like you do it so fucking much, you know?
It's honestly, it was like I was thinking along those same lines, and it's that has helped me as like I've had the kids, and they're like they constantly want to talk, and they never realize that maybe I'm already having a conversation with like their mom. They don't care about that. They're like, I'm going to talk now, and be able to like sort of play traffic cop for all that stuff. Like, all right, you go over here and wait over here while I finish this conversation, and you're in this part of the head. It's like that's the same thing of like managing all these different things that need your attention on a stream and stuff like that. So both those things have fed into one another.
I think sometimes when it comes to linking in like an external mic to a video recording, because I've looked at y'all's waveforms so much, I can just do it by sight versus doing it by like actually like
Funny.
looking at the waveforms.
What are the tells?
Well, the easiest tell back in the day with Brad, his waveforms instead of going up, they went down because his voice is so low. And then Grubb has like a unique cadence where like he will pause before like introducing another news story, so it's easier to find a break.
There you go.
Interesting.
Oh.
There you go. There you go. Yep. Intimate knowledge. You think you know someone, you don't until you stare at their waveforms. Baby.
Yeah.
You got to get deep in the waveform.
The closest thing we have to a soul.
Exactly.
Well, I like that.
Wow, Backlar D.
I know. I've been holding on to that for a minute.
Good stuff.
Tom from St. Catherine, Ontario, Canada, sent from my iPhone, writes in, I don't feel good about this, but I finished MindsEye tonight, and I couldn't have that be for nothing. While I was playing, I was getting a weird familiar feeling, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. Then it hit me. A game that was obviously at one point meant to be open world? Unforgivably long driving sequences that led to boring cover shootouts? Extremely bland, very brown desert setting? Take away the clothes-on lovemaking, and brothers, this is Cyber Ride Hell to Retribution.
Oh no.
Oh, also the game ends in a weird underground temple, so it's all kinds of Alone in the Dark for the Wii. Anyways, I fuck with you all. Thanks, bye.
But there's a charm.
Yeah,
Is that
it's
the word to Ride
it's
to Hell?
Charmless Ride to Hell.
Yeah,
Like
because Ride to
that's-
Hell
and
is at least funny and goofy and
Right, it has character. Right.
Yeah.
This has this like
has
if Ride
humping.
to Hell was devoid of anything, it's like it's insane.
That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah.
I can't believe you finished this, emailer.
Yeah, Tom,
Yeah.
please
Wild.
spend your time wisely.
I do think I accidentally ended up on the MindsEye subreddit, and there are like very interesting people there. Like, I like the game actually.
See, we need to
It takes all
interview.
kinds.
We need to interview these people. Like that is what we need to be
Go to
doing.
town, Backlar.
Like,
No one's
hello,
stopping you.
hi, yes, you would like to defend this game? Go on, off you go.
I mean, there's those people for everything. There was those
No, I
people
know.
for the Intellivision Amico.
Oh
Sure.
yeah, there's a ravenous group of meat
I
hook
just,
defenders.
I love it. It's just copium, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And you're
All the way
you're
down.
definitely most likely to find them on the subreddit for that
Oh,
page.
yeah.
Or it's either that or the subreddit is like a complete like hate room with nothing
Right.
but absolute violence, like that.
Yes,
weird
there's
Last of
nothing in
Us 2
between for a lot of these
subreddit.
things. Yeah. Man.
All right, we have two quizzes actually.
shit.
prepared
Whoa.
right here. First one comes in. Hey bombers, a couple months ago I sent y'all a Dan versus Mike quiz involving the Wotong group and Lord of the Rings. Well, after extensive research, I now present to you Dan versus Mike quiz round 2. It's 7 questions each, worth 1 point each. The winner is less weird for the day.
Oh, for the day. Okay, low
Ooh,
stakes.
okay, a lot
Low
on the
stakes.
line.
Yeah.
Dan
that's
has
a
to
lot.
tell us whether the following character or characters are from Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest.
Cool.
Mike has to tell us whether the following rap artist or group is from the East Coast or West Coast of the U.S.
Hell yeah.
I won't ask them to get too granular. Dan won't have to tell us the specific game, just the series they're from, and Mike only has to say East or West Coast, not the city.
I would hope.
Can me and Bacalar just register our answers after they do? Because obviously ours don't count.
And one final housekeeping note, I didn't include Grubb in these quizzes because to my recollection, he has never lost to Dan or Mike in a quiz, so it wouldn't be fair.
I think that's fair. Yeah, that sounds right to me.
All right, Dan, we're going to go through your 7 questions first, and then we'll go to Mike.
Okay.
Grubb, Backlar, if you could keep score for me.
Yeah, I'll do it right
Sure.
now. Give me just a
You
second.
got it?
Yep.
All right,
All right, go ahead.
Dan,
Yeah.
from Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest? Number 1, Tidus.
Will Mike also be answering these just to test
No,
his
no, no,
knowledge?
no.
Okay. Titus is from Final Fantasy and bonus points from 10.
Okay,
There's no bonus points.
that is correct. No bonus points. Squall.
Squall is from 8.
Okay, that is another point for Dan. Erdrick.
16.
That is incorrect. Dragon Quest.
All you have to do is
sorry. I forgot we're doing, Dragon
Oh,
Quest.
that's
versus
whose
Final
fault is
Fantasy. It's Dragon Quest.
Nope, you lost the
No.
point.
That's a lost
you
point.
said 16. That's a Final Fantasy
Yeah, what
game.
were you
so
doing?
You're Dragon Quest 16?
Nope.
not
no.
yet.
still wrong.
Okay.
Frog and Robo.
Frog's from this isn't an answer, but the frog I know is from Chrono Trigger.
That is correct, Dan. That was a trick question.
Oh.
Really?
I beat Chrono Trigger. That's a great game.
What the
This
fuck
is
is
unfair.
this?
This
What's
is so much
emailer
easier for Dan.
doing?
So much easier for Dan.
Can't trick.
No, it's not. Yours is so easy.
You've played Chrono Trigger. You think I've listened to an entire one of these albums I'm about to be asked about or whatever?
Jade.
Dragon Quest.
Correct. Number 6, the Turks.
Final Fantasy.
Correct. Last one, Serena and Veronica.
Dragon Quest.
Correct.
Wow, 6 for 7.
6 for 7.
Yes, he missed
Great.
one. That's 6 points.
The only one he lost was when he forgot the rules.
Hey, I mean, look, a loss is a loss. All right, I got faith in you, Mikey. Let's go.
I don't. I got this. These are gonna all be guesses.
Well, you got a freaking coin toss chance for each one. So what's the problem?
You may have heard a song and then just equate it to either like Bacalar or myself.
Yeah,
right?
there you go.
That's not always how that plays out in hip hop, but sure.
Well, there's like a East Coast flavor and a West Coast.
Yeah,
very much
it's
so.
big.
There
It's
are-
Biggie or Tupac. That's it. It's just like
There are two where I think I would know the answer, and hopefully I get those. But otherwise, it's
Okay.
gonna-
Wait, do you know the answer to Biggie and or Tupac?
No. We
Okay.
okay. Everyone's
Which one did California Love?
No, Dan. Let's just Homer Simpson into the bush and watch Mike go.
All right.
All right. Number 1, the Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh, they're from a coast.
From the Red Atlantis Shaolin.
They fight for New York. They have a battle for New York.
Let's go.
Are you thinking of Def Jam Fight for New York?
Yes, they're in
Close
that,
enough.
right?
Yes.
They're, that is East Coast.
Of course, they're not
Correct.
from the West Coast.
All right. The Beastie Boys.
Oh, that's shit. That's not a pop group.
To be fair, they started out as a very dirty punk band, but yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
I don't know much about the
You
Beastie
didn't know the
Boys.
Beastie Boys were rappers?
I don't know what they do. What's this
He
song?
said a pop group.
Beastie.
I mean, they are popular.
Is he thinking of
They're popular
Backstreet
music,
Boys?
sure,
I think I'm thinking
Backline.
of
Is he
Boys.
thinking of
That's what he meant.
Backstreet Boys?
What about Boys to Men? What is that?
That's an
That's
R&B
R&B.
group.
That's
think
not
I'm
the
mixing-
question.
Wait, that's a Dapper Dan's.
Yeah, that's wait. Come on, guess Beastie Boys.
Oh, this is hard.
Oh, it's so
Think
easy if
about
you
what
just
it
think
is.
about
the
it.
word East is in the name, just like the Beastcast. And maybe that's where the Beastcast came from. I'm going to say East Coast also.
Well, you know what? No Sleep Till Brooklyn, baby, because you
Yeah.
got that
Dude.
point correct.
They have a song called "No Sleep to
You
Brooklyn."
think I know it? I don't know
No,
that
You
song.
are No Sleep Till
You
Brooklyn.
definitely, it's been in movies and stuff and
They're-
video games.
It was in the
But they're-
newest Turtles movie.
Yeah, they're just
Oh, I like that movie.
Where'd you think? Really? Okay.
Intergalactic,
All right.
Oh, that's that.
Heretic
Yes.
Prophecy.
planetary. Yep.
All right. Tupac.
Tupac
Oh my god.
is from the West Coast.
Okay. All right.
Good job.
All right.
Okay.
Number 4. The NWA. We're not answering what the N stands for.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
And don't be a fuddy-duddy about it.
Okay, what could the G possibly mean? I don't think it's
What?
George.
It's
I'm sorry, what?
NWA.
Oh, why did I think there's a G? NW. Shit, I was going to say maybe the G stands for Georgia.
What? I don't understand.
What is happening?
Yeah, they were Dirty South.
Are you
NWA
okay?
from the Dirty South.
Are you
Yeah.
okay? Are you okay?
NWA is A-Town.
Well,
Yeah.
here's
They're the
my-
progenitors of trip hop, I believe.
Here's
Yeah.
my new
you
hope. This is good because maybe the W stands for West.
doesn't.
Well, no.
No, it doesn't. You're giving me that one.
It's
Okay.
another four-letter word, but that's it.
Another four. Okay. Week. Work.
The answer's not in the name.
Shit.
Listen, you just have to guess. You have to flip a coin here. Obviously, you don't know.
West Coast.
There you
Yes,
go.
you're correct.
That's it.
Oh my god.
Okay. Number 5.
See,
Mike,
you're using
Mike,
clues.
you've gotten everything correct so far. All right.
Yeah.
Number 5. Jay-Z.
I will murder you in,
yeah,
in
this
real
is-
This is
time.
kind of annoying. You've already taken this long.
West Coast.
Come on, man.
Los
that-
Angeles State of Mind is a big hit.
He said it. He said it already.
I don't know what's about
That
it.
is incorrect.
Oh,
don't know.
that was honestly harder than any of the other
Hey,
ones.
listen,
I think.
listen, You've only gotten one wrong so far, so you're still a chance to tie.
He
There's only
owns the
two more.
Nets? Oh.
Well, or
He's
some of them.
constantly saying Brooklyn.
We do have
I'm not listening.
tiebreaker questions just in case.
I can't like the New York thing in
Empire
New
State of
York.
Mind.
I know that
You've heard
song.
that.
I have heard that song. I just
Do you know what Jay-Z sounds like?
He sounds like that guy who sings that New
He
York
sounds
State of
like
Mind
New York.
song.
I just wonder if you could pick his voice out of a lineup.
Probably
is what
not.
I wonder.
All right,
Okay.
all right. Number 6, Eminem.
Eminem is from Detroit. This is my
That's correct.
trick question.
There
He's
you
from
go.
8 Mile.
Nice. Well done.
You understand 8 Mile? You know, like understand what that means? Like,
It's the 8 Mile marker, and it's
yeah, the 8 Mile
area
Road.
around
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
People are like,
okay.
8 Mile. Why is it that long? And I'm like, no, shut up.
Now,
Shut
Mikey, this is for the tie.
Please give me Biggie. Please
Bring
give
us
me
into
Biggie.
overtime, okay?
Give me Biggie.
Is it going to be Biggie?
Number 7, Kyle, parentheses, Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, buddy.
Why wasn't it Biggie?
Listen, it's dangerous if you get this one wrong. Just so you know.
No. Okay. His song. The one song I know. So wait a second. Now, who does he not like? Drake?
Are you trying to deduce geography based on his haters?
Now he's Canadian. I'll just give you that one.
Yes.
Okay, shit. Well, you know, because Tupac and Biggie had a whole West-East thing, but I don't think it's about that with Drake and Kendrick Lamar. I'm trying to think. I watched that halftime show, and it was very good. I don't remember many of the songs, though. There must be some reason that's obvious. What was he wearing? West Coast.
Mike. That is correct. You brought us the tie.
What made you? I have a question. What made you land on West there?
I think I remember seeing him wearing some kind of like Lakers or some West Coast sports team
Dodgers
paraphernalia
blue.
at some point.
Yes,
Yeah.
all the yes, Serena Williams came out in Dodger stuff. Yeah.
All right. What about
And Crip
Biggie?
walked.
Your
Yeah.
extra
Hold on,
credit.
hold on.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's not gonna help Mikey.
Sorry.
Now we're in overtime.
Oh, nice.
Mikey, I'm going to ask your tiebreaker question first,
Yeah.
and then we'll get to Dan. Mike,
Yes.
which East Coast rapper did Tupac have a famous feud with that eventually led to both of their deaths?
As a reminder, the loser of this is weirder for the day.
Yeah. Biggie Smalls. Sega Genesis Super Nintendo. Fuck. God, stop.
Did you say Sega? What did you say? Say that again.
Backwards anyway.
It's backwards and
Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, right?
I was
Boy,
dead
I look
broke.
like a damn fool.
Could never imagine.
All
this.
right, Dan, this is your tiebreaker question.
I'm not going to lose to this motherfucker.
It's all on you now, though.
There's no way I'm weirder because of
Pressure's building.
This comes from Jerry in Wisconsin. Shouts out for all the hard work, Jerry. Thank you for the quizzes. Dan, until the release of Final Fantasy 16, this character was canonically the strongest mage in the franchise.
Oh, come on.
Shut up.
this. Can I ask a question?
No.
Well,
Yeah, ask. We don't
does
answer.
Kingdom Hearts count as part of the franchise?
Yes.
Donald Duck.
Oh my God, they're going down to the
He
wire.
asked the question though. How's that fair?
I mean, that's a fair question,
That's
right?
fine.
Because it was
I
Final
allow
Fantasy
it. I
or
allow
this.
it. I allow it.
All right, if Mike
okay.
allows it, I can't. I have no
All
ground to
right.
stand on.
It was just clarifying.
For today, you're both normal. No one's
Yeah.
weird.
That's the takeaway from all of
That's a
that.
bridge
for
too
sure.
far. That's a bridge too far, Jan. Don't
well-
don't write checks you can't cash.
Well done, Dan.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes.
All right. Let's just do
Jay Z, West Coast.
I missed one, and you guys
You
are
actually
acting
probably
like...
should have lost the
But
whole
you
one
also
for that
thought
one.
like the Beastie Boys were a pop group. Like you,
What?
I
figured
know we
out-
tied letter of the law, but you were way weirder while answering your stuff.
You missed the question because you forgot what game we were playing.
All right, that's dumb, not weird.
Dumb is weird. Dumb
Well,
is
no,
weird.
dumb's not weird. Dumb's
Dumb
not
is
weird.
weird.
If dumb was weird, it'd be a much different contest. Let me tell you. Okay.
for folks that didn't know, Donald Duck was the answer for that. As the
Yeah, I've
song.
heard that.
I didn't even understand that question, so I have
I
no.
just
that a
heard
fair?
a joke. I've heard enough people be like, "Oh, Donald Duck is the strongest mage."
Yeah, that's what the problem. Like, yeah, everyone says it around. No one's walking around me being like, Jay-Z sure is from the East Coast.
Because it's common knowledge. No one needs to think
Honestly,
about it.
it might as well be.
Yeah, in casual conversation, I feel like I hear way more about rap than.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's fair.
in my
Depends on the
circles,
circles you travel in.
In my
yeah.
circles, I'm hearing a lot more about Donald Duck.
Right. That makes sense.
Well,
But still, I'm sure there's been some sort of hip hop Disney connection that you've overlooked in some meaningful way.
Yeah, Lin-Manuel Miranda.
God.
All right. Let's quickly get through one email and then the last quiz of the show.
It was all a dream.
There you go. Thank you, Biggie.
Travis
Tupac.
Fargo writes, rest in peace. Salt and pepper.
Yeah.
What's your third essential flavor enhancer?
Joe's KC barbecue seasoning, French fry seasoning.
Yeah. Let's say in like not a blended one. It's got to be
okay.
garlic powder, right? That's, I think it's
Oh,
the
I
most-
love
Yep.
garlic powder.
Yep. I'm with you.
That can go in basically anything savory.
Yeah.
Ever.
I like all the hot sauces though, like
Oh yeah.
Sure.
sriracha,
Parmesan cheese.
Oh yeah.
Oil and vinegar.
Yeah.
Especially if I have salt and pepper on there already. Like
Ooh.
that makes the whole thing work. Vinegar is a base of a lot of those hot sauces as well. So I
And
kind
like
of
an
like just
Italian sub, right?
Oh yes.
I mean,
Italian
what could be in it, but also, yeah, of course.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, you want a Lunchable for lunch, kiddo? Yeah, let's do it. You want some oil and vinegar on that?
Hell yeah.
all
Love
right.
oil and vinegar.
Last email of the show. We got plenty of emails. So much emails. So much support. So many kind words. Thank you for sending those to bombcast@giantbomb.com. This is the last email of the show. It's a little bit of a long one, and this is a quiz for all of us. So
Oh, nice.
we can work together here, except me because I have the answers. This one comes from Valerie. Hello, bombers. Jan said on the last Bombcast that he always includes quizzes that people send in because they take time and effort to make. Well, you're right. They do. I sent in 2 quizzes that both took me about 20 to 30 minutes each to put together, and you ignored both of them, Jan.
Hell yeah.
What the heck? Here they are again in case you want to unhurt my feelings, Jan. All right. The first one was for Bing Bong Land words. Choose whichever one you think is a real word that British people use. Okay?
What's Bing Bong Land?
I guess
England, I guess.
Okay.
All right.
That's
Is that
from
like a
Inside
Big Ben
Out.
thing?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
That's
I
where
also,
Tupac was from, I think.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
yeah.
if you folks want to look over the answers, I do have them pasted onto the email doc here. Question 1, which of these is a real word that British people use? A, crumbled stumps, or
No,
B,
I think it's
It's
crumbledy
crumbledy
stumps.
stumps.
Yeah, I think it's
Oh,
crumbledy
okay.
stumps.
Crumbledy stumps,
What the fuck?
stumbledy bumps, rumbledy thumps, or D, bumbledy thumps.
I think it's
No,
D.
Bumbledy-
I think
Bumbledy
it's Bumble.
bumps.
I think it's Stumbledy Bumps.
Yeah, I think it's Bumbledy bumps.
The
I think
an-
it's crumble deep stumps. Wait a second. Don't just throw. I think it's A. I think it's A for the record.
I think it's B.
I think it's C, Rumble to Thumps. That sounds like
You-
a town.
are correct. Grubb.
Wow.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Rumbled thumps is a traditional dish from the Scottish border.
Wow. Okay.
I honestly, you want to know my strategy? I picked the one I thought sounded the dumbest.
Rumbly thumps is it's a potato, cabbage, and onion casserole.
Oh, like yummy.
Okay.
All right. Next one. A.
Wait a second. I'm sorry. This sentence similar to Irish coal cannon and English bubble and squeak. What are these words?
None of
They're
these are
just, they're like Teletubbies that have been turned into people.
What a fucking cursed language.
Okay. Question 2. A. Coddy swabbles. B. Collywaddles. C. Cobby swaddles.
Yeah.
Or D. Collie wobbles.
Collywaddles, B.
I'm with Dan. I think it's B.
I have no idea. I don't
Coddy
know.
swabbles, collie waddles, cobby swaddles, collie wobbles.
Colty bulbos? How do they say that? What are they doing?
Oh, should I do this in an accent?
Yeah, that's the only way I can hear this.
Collie swabbles.
Colty wobbles.
I'm gonna go with A.
Oh, sure. I'll go with A.
The correct answer is D.
Oh
We were
God.
close, Dan. We were
Wobbles.
close.
Collie
What is it?
wobbles.
Yeah.
Colty wobble. What does it mean?
refers to an uncomfortable feeling in the stomach, often caused by nervousness or slight fear.
Oh, I've got collie wobbles in
I
my.
used to get that all the time.
In my Timothy Tum, I've got some collie wobbles.
All right.
I should have eaten that burrito. I've got collie wobbles.
Oh, now suddenly it's offensive. Now that I start doing it, just because you can tell I have hate in my heart.
You do say it in a derogatory way that I can't quite put my finger on.
Yeah, Jeff has a special relationship with Europe.
I'm honest to God trying. Like I'm trying. I'm really trying.
All right, let's speed through the next couple one of these. Bops Noodle, Fops Doodle, Cops Noodle, Dop Doodle.
Cops Noodle C.
Bops Noodle A.
A.
Fop Doodle B.
Grubb, correct. You were. It is B. Fop Doodle means a.
The dumbest one.
Wait, maybe that's the trick. You're right. It's
He's got like
always
England
the
division.
dumb-
He can tell. Yeah.
Can we? I need to talk to like Tam or Lucy. I don't believe these are real. These
Did
just
my
feel.
family
I'm
come over on the
Googling
Pinta
them.
and or the Santa Maria? I wonder. I don't know.
What's
Fop
up?
Doodle means a foolish or insignificant person.
A bunch of fuck
Dan,
doodles.
Dan,
Doodle.
Yeah, what's up?
You're a fop doodle.
Fop doodle.
Beat that. Beat that.
Mike, I got to go back and edit this now.
Sick
What the
burn.
hell?
Sick burn.
Got him.
All right, question 4. Dumba shoot, Bumba shoot, Slumba shoot, Cumba shoot.
Bumbershoot B.
I like Cumbershoot. I hope it's D.
I'm
Holy
going D on this one too because I'm hopeful.
I gotta just
want
be
it.
different and say slumber shoot.
Dan, you are correct. Bumber shoot.
Bumbershoot.
It's an
What does it
umbrella.
mean? That's too many syllables.
Oh man.
All right.
Now I'm like, did they say that word in Mary Poppins? Now it sounds familiar.
Next one. Wazok, Bazok, Razok, or Mazok.
Mazok D.
I think I've heard Wazok. Maybe I'm making that up.
Hey, Wazok. Wazok.
I'm gonna go with B. Bazik.
Bacalar and Mike, you were correct. Wazok is a stupid or annoying person.
I love that these are all just derogatory.
Hey,
fucking-
Dan,
Yeah, what's up?
Dan.
What's up?
Dan.
Hey, what's up?
I value your friendship. You're a nice guy.
You're awesome, Mike.
Thank you.
I
Appreciate
hate
it.
this. What do they call dish soap in Bing Bong Land? A. Fairy liquid. B. Bubbly scrub.
It's B.
C. Sink sploosh. Or D. Dish soap.
It has
Gotta
to
be
be B.
bubbly scrub. No, wait, this could be a trick question.
No,
I
it,
think
it,
dish
it
soap.
feels so much like
I
B.
think it's a trick. It's
Pass the
D.
bubbly
Probably
scrub.
I think
Yeah.
it's dish soap, but bubbly scrub sounds
I'm
good.
gonna go with fairy liquid.
It can't be A. It can't be A. It cannot be A.
There's no
Grubb,
way.
your mind's eye has opened because it is A. Fairy liquid.
No.
They
can't keep
your
getting
empire
away with
crumbled.
it.
What is going on over there?
I need confirmation from one of the chats right now. Fairy liquid is a brand.
Well,
Well,
it
yeah,
could
but
be
we
like
call it Dawn.
yeah,
Yeah, but
like,
that's
like Kleenex, you know?
yeah, it's a Kleenex situation.
all right. Well,
Fairy
okay.
liquid?
But that's dish soap is just dish soap, right?
Not over there.
But fair. Why I keep saying fairly? Fairy liquid is a brand, though.
Yeah, but brands sometimes become ubiquitous. And
Yeah,
I
like
guess
Band-Aid.
It's a Kleenex
Not
situation.
ubiquitous here, right? Like
not here. Well, that's the yeah. That's
I'm
the
just
point.
saying,
Where did they say
I
Bing
understand.
Bong Land?
I understand how words work. Okay.
All right. Question 7.
I'm sorry, I'm not over fairy liquid. What do you? God. Okay.
Yeah, fairy. I mean, look. I guess it's. I don't know. It's like sparkle clean. It's like whatever.
Okay, question 7. Which of these is not a real Bing Bong food dish? A. Spotted dick. B. Toad in a hole. C. Bubble and squeak. D. Sticky mince pudding.
I think it's B.
I think it's C, bubble and squeak.
Well, they just said bubble and squeak is a food. Oh,
I mean B.
I thought that's what they said. I could be wrong.
I'm gonna go with sticky mince pudding because it sounds too much like real food.
Yeah, that's why I think it's B. I think it's more of a
It's
misdirection.
Yeah,
No,
that's possible.
I'll tell you right now, you're wrong. Toad in a hole is when you put a sausage in like a rising bread thing.
Well, I thought that was something else in a hole. All right, what is it,
Smash
Jen?
is different, yeah.
The correct answer is D.
Yay.
Wow.
Sticky mince pudding.
Thank you,
Spotted
food
dick.
YouTube.
Spotted dick is steamed pudding. Toad in a hole is a dish of sausages baked in Yorkshire pudding.
See?
And bubble and squeak is fried potatoes and cabbage.
Yeah, I don't know if you go there for the food, right? I don't know if that's. I don't know if you go. I don't know if you're going there for the cuisine.
Beckler's timing is so good.
You don't want, you know what? You don't want some spotted dick with your bubble and squeak.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell Valerie right now we're not gonna go through the second quiz because that is a little bit too adult, and we're not gonna go into Rule 34.
We're independent.
I just don't.
I'm
wanna-
not that independent. I have
I
a
didn't
family
see it.
that
I didn't
watches
see
this
it.
occasionally.
I want to see it. I didn't see
I'll
it.
copy and paste it later. I think it's whoever has more.
We do
search.
have one more question here, unless I haven't read that. Is that
We do have one
inappropriate
more
too?
question.
Okay.
We do have one more question. Question 8. Which of these is not a real saying in Bing Bong Land? And I'll put on the accent. Don't get shirty with me. A few sandwiches short of a picnic. Like a biscuit in a rainstorm. Not my circus, not my monkeys.
Biscuit.
This
C.
seems.
The
These
biscuit
all
one.
seem accurate. I just
think
need
the
to
biscuit
say.
one.
I think it's A, maybe.
See, I think I've heard B and D, and A sounds so ridiculous. I think they definitely use
Don't get
it.
shirty with me.
Yeah, I'm gonna say C.
Yeah, well, C just is a saying, so you're right. Maybe I should go with that one because that like sounds like something you would say. Like you don't want to put a cookie in a rainstorm. I'll go with
Right.
C as well.
The answer is C.
Grubb, you just figured this out. You saw the Matrix, and you're just like, this is what it is.
I understand white people. I just do deep
Yeah.
down. I get it.
Yeah, but very.
One day I hope to
Important
get to your
connection.
level, big dog.
You are
Yeah,
you are the
listen.
biggest Anglophile among us.
Oh yeah,
for
of course.
Sure.
Yeah, I love it.
Our don't get shirty with me means don't get short with me. A few sandwiches short of a picnic means not very bright or insane. And not my circus, not my monkeys means not my problem.
Dude,
I
I
like
need
that.
this. I like that a
one
lot. I'm gonna start using it. I really hope I bring
mean,
it into
it's-
the vernacular.
We might have a job where, other than working at a circus, it's the most applicable because look,
Yeah.
we're just a bunch of monkeys. Then, like, if you're gonna do your thing, like, not my circus, not my monkeys.
I love
Yeah.
it so much.
Oh, Jeff, did you see you have an animal too now at the zoo?
Oh yeah, yeah. I got a what? I actually don't know the species.
Same
Looks
zoo?
it looks like a meerkat kind of.
Yeah,
thing.
like a yes. It looked like a little kind of
Same
pup.
bad
zoo?
father.
You guys all have the same zoo animal? Is
Yeah, I
it-
think it's
Yeah,
the same
that-
zoo. We
I
gotta
need
keep-
a monkey.
Bucks.
Give me a monkey named Reichert.
Is that what you want? Reichert the monkey.
What if it was a monkey named MacGruber?
That's not me. Well,
Codamundi.
I do
Codamundi.
kind of might relate to MacGruber more than most characters. In
Yeah,
It's
If-
a
if-
coati.
If you want to name
Coati. That's the name of the animal.
Coati, okay.
Well, the name of the animal is Grubb, apparently.
Name one of the animals Buzzball.
Ooh.
Yeah, it looks like a marsupial or something. Yeah, interesting.
All right, gang. That about does it for emails this week.
Coati.
Bombcast at giantbomb.com is the email address to send your emails to. Mike Minotti, do you have super chat?
Yeah. We do. We read this one from Ricardo earlier, but Boat Knight says they have bacon ketchup, Dan.
We'll try it.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Lol bacon epic?
Narwhals, brother. Narwhals.
Can you say I can has cheeseburgers, but
I
how you
can-
say cheeseburgers?
I can have cheeseburgers. I knew that would activate him.
Oh, no,
I knew he wasn't
that
gonna
brought
like
me
that.
Turn
back.
them into Colossus.
Nuclear grade, like oh, no.
That brought me back into a believer, actually. So thank you.
Oh yeah, you need God now.
Anzu says if you eat mayo by itself, you should be committed. Now, I wasn't saying like, obviously a spoonful of mayo would be disgusting, but I don't want regular mayo on like sandwiches. I want some kind of like put a little garlic in there. There's already usually some garlic, but like a lot of garlic, put a hot sauce. I want some kind of
Yeah,
mayo
that's fine.
base, not just straight up mayo. Something about that it is a little weird to me. I don't know why. El Greg says I need to see Mike and Dan's reaction to the Splatoon 3 big man boss fight, and that roguelike mode is kind of easy but very fun. Yeah, Dan, you said you were gonna try the Splatoon
I'm going to.
3. Yeah,
Yes.
it's fun. I think you'll like it.
Yeah.
Fahogwa God says, shout out to Meredith Marks, Real Housewives SLC. I don't know anything about this.
What?
Neither do I.
What does that mean?
I meant to Google that one, like to verify.
I
was gonna be
Googled
okay.
it and it didn't help. I think it's just a contestant on this season of Real Housewives.
It's not a game show.
What is Real Housewives?
It's a reality show about like women, affluent women in a city.
Yeah, they have affluenza. It's a really terrible thing. I really
Okay.
feel for them.
Not my monkeys, not my circus.
Hexprost
Nice.
says,
There you go.
Xprof says, when is the Mike 3.0 arc starting? I don't think we've gotten to 2.0.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
don't. I can't think of a person I would want to change less. Like, don't
Yeah.
ever change. Just don't go in any direction. Don't learn anything new.
Agreed.
Don't improve.
Yeah.
You're fine as you are, Mike.
Thank you.
Why am I
Agreed.
the one that needs to change?
Well, there you go. There you go. I mean, think about it.
Jeff, you know me for a while. You think I'm different in any super noticeable way?
I no, but you practice the things you've always been good at, like being like paying attention, being mindful, and stuff like that. So yeah, no, you're fine.
Maybe go listen to some hip hop.
Okay.
Okay,
True.
yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Ricky B says, petition for you guys to use On God instead of Force Shoot for a couple weeks.
I mean, at least people would know what we mean. There's always that.
Okay, and then we're ending with one more petition here from Ricky B. Says, petition for you guys to start using bruv.
My kids won't stop saying bruh, nonstop.
Oh.
They're
Hell
6
yeah.
and 8.
Right.
They're children. They're girls, but they go just bruh to their mother all the time. Tell you what, she doesn't appreciate it. She doesn't like it very much at all.
On God.
Oh God.
It's just unavoidable. I mean, it's the new dude. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just nothing you can do about it.
It's the YouTube. Yeah.
I asked my niece. I'm like, during Father's Day, we had like a cookout, and I was like, do you know about Italian brain rot? And she just was like, ballerina cappuccino.
Yep.
I was like,
They all know.
They all know.
I really appreciated Jesse Vitelli, who I don't know if it's because of his Italian heritage, knew all about Italian brain rot, and he gave me a crash course so now I could return home and ruin it for my kids.
There
Pretty
you go.
good.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Shouts out to Vitelli, just in general.
Thank you for the super chats, everyone.
Thank you
Thanks,
for the
everybody.
super chats, everyone. Folks, what do we got going on for the rest of this week? Game S mornings popping off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But before Game S mornings tomorrow, y'all are going to talk over the Donkey Kong Bonanza Direct.
That's right.
Mike, do you think you're going to finish Blight Club tomorrow?
I just don't know. Like, there was not a lot
It's
of
possible.
proggies made last time. I was also sleep deprived the last time. I'm also like confused about these bosses because the game lets me fight them as much as I want, and I'm not sure if anything is happening when I do fight them. So that's upsetting. I don't know. I could. My bet would be no. My bet is that I don't finish it tomorrow, but I could be wrong.
On Thursday, we have a very special guest joining us on the voicemail dump truck. Paul Reichert is going to be joining us.
I will be in person with him in Kansas, and hopefully with a Reba McEntire Frito Scoops thing behind us.
God, I hope so.
Fingers crossed. Anything can happen. For UPF, we'll be checking out Firebreak, FBC Firebreak. Initial reviews don't seem too hot on that.
Yeah, it kind of seems pretty middling, but I'm going to check it out.
I had no idea.
Tomorrow, aren't we also talking about doing some Punch-Out Wii?
Yes,
Grubb?
I was just going to go over this. So tomorrow, after Game S mornings, I'm going to play Punch Out for Wii. The idea is, hey, can I get to Donkey Kong and maybe beat Donkey Kong? I know I got to Donkey Kong before. I'm trying to remember if I ever beat him.
That's crazy if you did, because
Yes.
I love that game. That World Circuit thing, I've only gotten a few boxers in.
It's really hard. So
We're not going to do it tomorrow, but maybe we'll just
Oh
pick
no,
away
yeah, we're
at this if
going
you're
to start
enjoying
playing
it.
some Punch Out. And we're just going to hang out, and it's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
Then on Thursday, I'm going to have Audie Sorley from Limited Run Games on, and we're going to talk about the Gex trilogy while I play that. So going to hang out.
Lovely. Okay.
I want to say, because this is the last Bombcast before next Monday.
Here we go.
Yes,
shit.
it's going to be a Monday with Mitch, everybody, because the inaugural Monday mornings Miss with Mitch will take place at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. That's the start time there. And then that evening at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, Monday evening gaming at Mike's at night. What are we going to do for that? Who knows?
Well, Mike, if we hit our goal by the end of July, would that be where you play Donkey Kong 64
And
to 101% completion?
Be
That'd
where
be great.
Donkey Kong 64 stuff happens. There could be other shenanigans. Maybe I might even rope in my brothers to show up at some point. Who knows? So yeah, nighttime show again, 5 p.m. Pacific. Monday mornings, Miss with Mitch, 10:30 a.m. Pacific. About as late as the start time as I can get away with still calling it a morning show in part of this country.
Mitch owns Mondays.
Mitch owns
owns
Mondays.
Mondays.
Mom.
He's made it his Mitch. All right, gang. That about does it for the show today, I believe.
Mike
Back
is
week.
going to make Mondays his Mitch.
That's right.
I feel like I got to DoorDash you some lasagna or something. I don't know.
I like lasagna.
Yeah.
That's the Garfield thing. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. All right, gang, that about does it. We got a very packed and stacked week. If you missed it last week, the SGF vlog is now up. Go watch that. The folks are clamoring and demanding
Mustard
for the
cut.
full mustard
Mustard cut.
What?
Mustard cut.
I don't think I've seen the mustard cut.
Well, I mean, when you have and you haven't, but I'm working on it.
Okay.
Is that something we were going to do as like a premium drop in the background or something
Sure.
like that?
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. You
Yeah,
guys
if
get
you're-
longer cuts if you're a premium member.
Yeah, and as we've said, like the large majority of our stuff is always going to be free, but
Well,
there
yeah.
will be occasional silly things that we
The
will.
travelogue is free, yeah, but like the longer uncut version that Jan was working on before,
Yep.
yeah, that's going to be for premium members.
I may have
Yep.
gone really dumb with it. I'm just gonna say this
No.
now.
I'm curious about this. Okay.
Folks, that about does it for this episode of the Giant Bombcast. Oh, I should mention giantbomb.com/join. Please support us that way. Coffee, ko-fi.com/giantbomb. You can throw us a couple bones over there. Store.giantbomb.com. Buy some merch. Do that. Any and everything goes to supporting us, keep doing these shenanigans. We love you. We'll see you next week for another episode of the Giant Bombcast. He's been Mike. He's been Jeff. He's been Jeff. He's been Dan. I've been Jan. You would all have been beautiful. We'll see ya. A goodbye.
Baby, I like it.